Hi there, my name is FixFox and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. I'm excited to come to you here today with a smaller map. We've been doing an awful lot of XL, large maps. These take a lot of time. There's a lot of opportunity for you to build up your forces, and you play very, very differently when there's not a lot of cramped quarters and close opportunities to run into enemies. This is going to be a medium-sized playthrough. This is going to give us an opportunity to play an entirely different style. Maybe we need to get off the ground a little bit quicker. Maybe we need to do whatever it takes just to squeeze out a victory, and that sounds pretty good to me. Folks, chat is filling up wonderfully. We got Roman, Gemmer, Boreaser, and Bearded Man. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all to everybody that will join us later on Twitch or on YouTube. Near and far, wherever you go, it is great to have FixFox friends everywhere. So let's take a look at what we have here today, folks. This is going to be the map Mire Straits. This is a 3-player, medium-sized map. This does come to us from the Price of Loyalty version of the game, so that means that there's going to be some additional doodads. You can have things like the colored barriers and borders you can go through. Huts of the Magi, sirens, lots of fun stuff. So it'll be very, very nice to play this map with some additional fun things. This is denoted as being a normal difficulty map. We must defeat all of our opponents, and we cannot be defeated ourselves. Pretty normal. It says your opponent lays between, or rather beyond, the straits, but a common adversary controls the waterways. So there's going to be some amount of water on this map. Let's go to impossible difficulty. It looks like we're going to have one red opponent here, one warlock we must deal with. We could choose, I suppose we could choose either to be blue or green. That's kind of interesting. So whether we be blue or green, it doesn't really matter to me. I've never played this map before, so let's just stick with blue. And then rather than pick a faction, let's just leave this on random. I have noticed that we haven't played a lot of, call it necromancers recently. I feel like we should play a necro game, but I'm gonna let the dice roll decide. I'm gonna put that out into the world, and let's see if we get some good vibes back from that. With that being said, let's just dive right in. It's going to be a night game. Tell you what, though, we haven't done a night game in a minute either, so this should still be just fine. Roman says, missed the previous stream. Nice to see you all. Lovely to have you here. Lovely to have you here. And McFall's in the chat as well. Hello, McFall. Usually you're bad at smaller maps, so you hope to learn something today. We will see what we can do. We will figure out if this is a fun map, or hopefully we can fit the bill. Hopefully I can do things correctly, and for everything I do incorrectly, just ignore that. Just ignore that. Ilya Darch is in the chat as well. Yeah, fellas, let's go. Let's get it. We're here in Blacksford, folks. We've got archers, we got peasants. Yay, the 2 best creatures in the entire game. We also have a marketplace, a well, a statue, a shipyard, my goodness, a tavern, and the Thieves Guild. We've got a lot of buildings here. This is really, really good. On impossible difficulty, you're usually fighting for some of these resources. I mean, this saves you 5 wood here, 5 wood there, 5 wood there. 200 gold for the thatched hut. Not too shabby. So this actually feels really, really nice to have this kind of unique start. And then we do have one starting hero. This is going to be Maximus the Knight, level 1 with 2 attack, 2 defense, 1 spell power, 1 knowledge. Not a bad hero. Pretty happy to have myself Maximus the Knight and his acquaintance. Given that we have no resources whatsoever, I feel like we're going to have to pick up whatever we can find on the ground. And I immediately see a problem. Do you see the problem here, folks? Do you see the problem? So we have ranged enemies, not once but twice. If you don't have ranged enemies to deal with, you have 6-speed boars to deal with. That's pretty bad. And we are pretty much completely surrounded. We're going to pick up gold, 800 gold immediately. And then, do you want to go through archers or orcs? No. I do not. I absolutely do not. Let me make sure that my sound is more correct. Something like that. Is that actually better? Felt like the music was way, way too loud. Okay. Let me know if the sound is correct or not. I didn't trouble check before I got in here. But yeah, it seems like, as McFall says, we're starting off in a really packed area. I think we can get through the pack of boars with some nice archers and some single stacks. But the problem is that we don't have enough resources to get into the blacksmith. Like, we didn't start with enough ore to get at least into the blacksmith. It might be that we just have to wait and purchase heroes, 2,500 gold at a time. Not to mention these archers, just to get some traction here. This feels kind of bad. So yeah, McFall, starting area is very, very packed and very, very cramped. I completely agree. Now, if we do go into these boars, which I think that this is going to be our best path at the moment, then we will pick up enough ore, I hope, to get into the pikemen. But you got to go through a pack of boars. You got to go through a pack of boars, and then we can figure out what goes after that. Look at this, 6-speed, 6-speed, 6-speed creature. As far as tier 2 creatures goes, these are the worst. Plus ranged. Gosh dang it, this is not good. I wonder if this map is highly dependent on RNG. What do we think, folks? What do we think? Okay. Well, with 800 gold here, I don't think that there's any purchases to make. I think that we just wait. I know that we have archers we're going to pick up at some point, right? They're going to be a little bit expensive. Let's just hit end turn and hope that we can take some time. 2,000 gold here. That's enough to pick up the archers. I don't think that the archers... with 32 peasants, I'm just scared. I'm scared that if you fight this fight and you lose, you're going to be off to a really bad start. I'm going to play this super safe. We're up to 3,300 gold. That's going to be enough to pick up Ambrose, which is worth the archers. And then I'm going to wait even one more day on top of that just to get the archers. Folks, we are starting at a loss. We are 4 days in with no bonuses whatsoever. We've done nothing for our first 4 turns, and I think that this is the correct play. Believe it or not, as much as you want to be aggressive and actually do something, like you want to play the game, I think that this is actually the most correct thing we could have done right there. So let's bring over these forces. Let's try and make sure that we can actually survive. And I don't really know what's the best way of doing this. Single stacks are good here, but maybe not the best. Oh, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to split off one single archer to the bottom. Maybe that will draw some fire from these, from these boars here. And let's just go into this. There's no better time. You got to pick up the ore. You got to at least get the pikemen. If you get pikemen, maybe you can take some of these other fights. Let's see how bad this goes. Ooh, this goes bad. Roman says, yeah, learn from Fix Fox. Ignore mistakes. Yes, please ignore the mistakes. That's always rule number 1. Ignore the mistakes. He does not make many of them. Cough, tight formation. Roman knows me too well. Too well. And I'm grateful that people know me too well. I'm glad that you kind of know what to expect out of Fix Fox. It's like, yeah, you're going to have a good time. He's gonna have a fun time with you. It's going to be a fun playthrough. But all the same, he does tend to make a mistake here and there. These things do happen. Folks, the terrain's not too bad. So one boar is probably going to go to right here. Not die from the retaliation, and I don't think that they're going to attack the peasants. I don't think so. Yeah, they could. Will the 4 boars attack the peasants? I don't really know. But then this one stack of 7 boars is going to attack here. And then right here, this peasant will step up and prevent this 6 stack boar from getting right into the 85. So this one archer, this might be a little bit of a waste. A little bit of a waste, but I'm happy. I'm happy overall with the way that this is kind of working out. So far so good. Wait a second. Oh, I missed that. Oh, I actually shot the wrong one. So the archers, I anticipated that it would be the 4 stack that went first. It was not, it was the 7 stack. It actually did cost me quite a bit. You got to do damage with the archers. You can't just wait. Let's kill 1 to 2 of these boars. That'll help us take minimal retaliation there. The peasants have got to do damage. 6 boars goes down. That's an awful lot of pork for you. And then damage. Good. Unfortunately, the archers are going to get a waste a little bit of time here. The peasants are going to lose just a bit on this retaliation. We're going to get out of this fight, but the terrain actually helped out in a massive way. Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. In this case, I think that this was exactly what the AI did. 26 peasants, 3 archers. It's nice when me and the AI agree on what should happen. And then Windoella, hello. The Heroes game with the best graphics. I love that you agree. Best graphics. Could not agree more with you. Folks, 7 ore is on the board. That's going to be good for this blacksmith at the start of next turn. And then Ambrose, there's nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just got to wait for more troops, I suppose. But yeah, Windoella, nice to have you here. Welcome in. And Tanil, thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate that. For some reason, I guess I didn't hear the notification, but thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Welcome. All right, folks, at this point, this is just bad. We just have to wait. There's nothing we can do. We just have to wait. Now, you could ask yourself, Fix Fox, if you had the 5 wood, would you go for the Mage Guild level 1 instead of the blacksmith? To that I say no. I think that it's the right kind of thought process. We don't have the wood. It's kind of a moot point, but it would still be really, really nice if we could, at least have that consideration. Either way, though, I would still be taking the pikemen. I just think that they're going to be that good, especially since we're almost to the new week, especially since we're going to have a couple of days worth of gold. You're on day 5, day 6, day 7. And there's no other purchases, and there's nowhere else we can go. There's nothing else we can do. On to a new day. So folks, that is a very anticlimactic week 1. I am positive that our enemy is cleared out their starting area, whereas we are just suffering along. We're going to pick up all the pikemen, all the archers, and sure, because we have nobody else to pick up, we're going to grab these peasants. And this is a test of patience. A test of patience. That's where we're currently at. Maximus the Knight, which fight do you want to take first? To the south, it doesn't feel like there's much. It feels like in this direction, this is more open space. We got to pick our fights so very carefully, though. So very carefully. Windoella, do you play all the games, or is it mostly 2? I would say that I prefer 2. 2 is my personal favorite, and I tend to play the games I prefer the most. I have high regard for Heroes 2 and Heroes 3. I love Heroes 4 for the story. Heroes 1 is a classic. And Heroes 5, I just kind of barely dipped my toes in a little bit, but I did enjoy that for the time that we did play that. So yeah, I think I played mostly Heroes 2, but have been enjoying Olden Era. I'm committing to doing a little bit of Olden Era and a little bit of FHeroes2. Yesterday we did Olden Era, today we're doing FHeroes2. Okay, so here's the thing. Whichever fight you take next, you have to consider resources. Down here, the precious resources, they're good, but they're not excellent. The losses you're going to take from the centaurs are bad, but this is going to give you 2 treasure chests. That could be a couple of levels. A couple of levels could be expert leadership. A couple of levels could be archery. That could be a lot of things, but it doesn't give you resources. Alternatively, you can go through the archers here instead of the centaurs, and you're still going to take some damage. Maybe you open yourself up into this area. Just broke everything. 1 sec. Pause. Technical difficulties. In case you didn't know, I stream from my local library, and I've precariously perched my second monitor on a stack of books, and I just flung the monitor off of the bookshelf. It was a good moment, trust me. But right here, by the way, folks, so if there was wood, I would go for the wood. There is no wood. I need wood in order to get at least into the swordsman, or even to get a boat. If I could get a boat, if I could get 10 wood, I think I'd prefer a boat, just so that way I could maybe get some plotsam. But I see no wood. I see no wood. I don't think that there's much over here. I think that we have to hope that there's wood in the darkness here. I think that we need to go in this direction. Orcs just means that you then run into gargoyles. That's even worse than wolves, I think. I think that we got to go through archers, then wolves, and then just hope that we can survive. If after the archer fight, we barely have any forces, we're going to feel bad about that. And we will say to ourselves, we should have waited for one more turn. Folks, hold on. Do we have... Okay, this is actually an important point. We have Flint the Wizard. We're going to wait 2 turns so we can get Flint the Wizard onto our army. The addition of these 3 boars is actually massive. The only thing that could be better here would be if it was a warlock with gargoyles so that we could fly down and deal with ranged creatures. In fact, maybe under Flint, after we take Flint, maybe there'll be a warlock under that. So let's hit intern not once, but twice. Golly, this feels so bad, but this is definitely the tactically most rich decision here. And then who's going to be below that? It's going to be a sorceress, actually. That's pretty good. 19 sprites. You need the range damage. If you wait just 2 more days, just 2 more days. This is silly. This is so silly. I'm building my forces through the draft, as it were. I'm drafting these forces into my army. I think that this is actually going to help these fights go so much better. You're going to save so many more forces. It seems so silly, but this is tactically the best thing I can do at the moment. My goodness. Thank goodness we have the basic leadership so we don't suffer with the poor morale. Are the halflings going to be better than the peasants? Right now, I think so. Folks, this is ugly. This is grotesque. Let's have so much fun and do this fight now. Oh, that's a big moment. All right, folks, is this streamer luck? Is this Fix Fox luck right here? This is maybe one of the best things I've seen all day. My day just got so much better. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Tanil says you've only seen me play Olden Era and Heroes 2. Look on YouTube, we got multiple other games, but I think I've streamed Factorio, I've streamed Heroes 2, and I've streamed Heroes Olden Era. Have I streamed Heroes 3? I might have streamed Heroes 3 once. But Tanil likes Heroes 4 more than for just the story, but it's a weird one. Nah, you're not a weird one. You're a good one. You're a good one. And Wendell agrees that Heroes 4 is really, really nice. So, okay, folks, nice. This is a blessing, says McFall. Tanil says, yeah, that's nice. This is lovely. Folks, we go from 19 archers up to 44. Even if it wasn't a matter of getting the forces, the fact that we don't have to fight this fight is insane. The fact that we don't have to fight this fight is insane. And so all of this time we spent here getting these additional forces, they probably would not have joined us if we didn't get at least the sprites and the boars and the halflings. That was a key moment. I'm going to pick up the experience instead of the gold right now. We just don't need gold that bad. We're going to take the +1 defense skill. We're going to take the luck. We're going to go right through these wolves because here's our wood. Oh, look at this. Do I have to fight the wolves? It looks like I don't actually have to fight the wolves. Let's take one step out of the way. We got multiple heroes. Let's use all the other heroes to try and get into this area here. So first off, it's going to be a little bit of ore. Good, good. Ambrose is going to be ready to go. It looks like you got to drop down in order to make this happen. Maximus, lots of Ogre Lords. That's not a fight that I want. I want the experience, but I can't have this. Minotaurs. I can actually fight several Minotaurs. With 44 archers, folks, I can actually fight Minotaurs. I can't fight the fire elementals, but I'm going to go around these wolves for now because they're still pretty fierce combatants. It says we're going to lose more forces, and I think we're actually going to. I'm not going to worry about this too much. Let's go to here. No spells. Spells are not going to matter at the moment. Let's keep the sprites out of the way. Let's sacrifice the boars if necessary. But let's try and deal with these enemies as best as possible. Archers are going to kill maybe the whole stack, maybe not. Halflings are going to work on the single stack here. Did we kill 2? 1 to 2? Got him. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We're going to send the boars down 1 step. The AI is going to prioritize the 44 archers. Right now, they're going for the halflings because they're the only creatures that are readily available. There's a path to them. But if I step down with the boars, now the minotaurs are going to waste some movement. They went down, and now they're going up. The quickest way from point A to point B is a straight line, and they've just done a little bit of a check mark or a little diagonal there. I think that's worth my time to actually send the pikemen over. Even losing 1 is still going to be acceptable. We only take 6 damage there. That's just fine. I'm going to send the sprites up here. We talked about keeping them safe, but they're not in any danger of getting attacked. The Minotaurs do have positive morale at the moment because there was Minotaurs and Minotaur Kings, so you do have to, you're kind of playing a little bit dangerous there. A little bit dangerous, and that's okay. I'm going to do 7 to 21 damage here. We did 18 damage, so 5 HP here. Boars are going to step up there. There's like a little bit of HP here on this one Minotaur. Yeah, 1 HP, not too bad. Let's kill 1 here. I will take the damage from this other Minotaur. 12 of these pikemen. We're going to kill 1 more. We're going to lose the 1 pikeman if we attack. I just feel like the Minotaurs are likely to attack sprites, and I got to keep those sprites safe. So 1 pikeman goes down. Not 2, though. And for this fight, we lose 1 pikeman. Totally acceptable. 300 experience, not to mention another treasure chest. This gives us, again, space to move around. Flint is out of movement points, but Ambrose is close. Closest, anyway. All right, very good. And for now, let's just have Troyan be in the back line. She'll be ready to bring forces to the front. As soon as we can get an armory, we will consider that. Again, do you want a ship or do you want something else? It depends. Oh boy, it depends. It might be, if this is 10 wood, you know that I'm not cursed, I'm blessed. Absolutely blessed. We will see how this goes. Okay, folks, that was a very weird week too, but so far so good. Maximus is gonna position in this direction. This way we can pick up the treasure chest in the most appropriate way for logistical movement points. Do I want the gold or do I want the experience here? It's only 500 gold. I'll take the, it's only 1,000 gold. I'll take the gold over the 500 experience. The ratio just feels better that way. It's 8 wood. We do have the marketplace. Trading for 2 more wood to get a shipyard actually might be worth it. It's just going to be super expensive. Yeah, we would need 2 stacks of 10 precious resources. I don't know. Let's see what we can pick up. Let's go here. Free gazebo, gold, crystal. Is there a path through there? There's not a path through there. Unfortunate. A little bit of mercury. It's going to be 4 mercury. Bit of ore. That's 5 ore. Now let's have Maximus pick up this treasure in case it's like 1,500 experience. Perfect. We'll grab that. And for the +1 spell power, folks, Spellpower for a Knight is super nice because it more than doubles the effectiveness of your spell casting. Anytime you can cast a spell at the end of a round and it will persist through the next round, that is actually making the spell exceptionally powerful because then you can play around with turn order a little bit. Up until this point with 1 spell power, Maximus couldn't do any of that. Now, he doesn't have a spellbook yet. This is going to be an investment for later, but this +1 spell power is actually really, really nice. Advanced Ballistics, Basic Estates. I think it's super early in the game. Let's take the Estates. Even though he's currently my main hero, let's go for that at the moment. And then I don't know. Looks like it's going to be the Armory. Looks like it's going to be the Armory more likely than not. We've got to find wood, folks. Got to find wood. Troyan staying put. Nothing for her to do. Let's go get the experience, and then we'll figure out if we want to go through wolves or minotaurs. It's probably going to be minotaurs that we go through in just 1 second. On to day 7, on chauffeur. +1,000 experience. An old knight appears at the steps of the gazebo. My liege, I will teach you all that I know to aid you in your travels. 1 attack skill, basic logistics. We're building a pretty good knight. Level 4 already. I'm happy with this so far. McFall says, I noticed the AI in Olden Era is quite smart in battles. So many tricks from here don't work anymore. I like that. I like that. That's a good insight there. I think that if it was like the same AI from playthrough to playthrough, like from game to game, I think that we would all agree that that's not quite what we want. Like we want something new. We want something different. And I'm very happy that we got something different. I think that that's just good for all of us. So yeah, so far I'm very happy with everything I've seen with Olden Era. Of course, any AI, if you spend enough time, you will get good enough to figure out where you can exploit its weaknesses and tendencies, but that's not really a bad thing. Like, knowing your opponent, I'm pretty sure that Sun Tzu talked about that in The Art of War at least once. So yeah, I don't have any qualms about that, let's say. Folks, with these Minotaurs being 4-speed and this nice terrain here, they are stepping all over themselves. They want to get to these halflings, and pretty soon I think it's going to be time to just abandon the halflings, even if that means that we save the sprites. There is no good morale on these Minotaurs. Do we take out one Minotaur here? No, we do not. Do not. But these gentlemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, they can get into us here, so we're going to attack here. We're going to just leave the halflings out to dry. We're going to go into a full defensive position. These Minotaurs shouldn't be able to reach anybody, not this turn anyway. And I'm going to keep in this defensive position. Oof. Due to turn order, I did lose half the stack of sprites. Did not want that, but I don't have any way to adjust turn order. And the archers really are the power stack here. So we're killing 2 to 3 of these Minotaurs. That was high into damage, 132 damage. There's 8 HP here. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. In fact, I think we killed them on this retaliation. Not quite. Very close. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we step up to here with the pikemen, we will take damage from these 3. I'm just gonna step off for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can attack here though with the sprites, get him some damage. There's 1 instance. Very nice. And then there's 3, and then there's 3. Let's kill 2 to 3 here. We take out the whole stack. These Minotaurs are about to go. I'm worried I'm probably gonna lose these sprites. That feels bad. No, Pikemen, excellent. That's exactly what you want. Pikemen are a hardy unit. They're defensive quality. They are meant to take those hits. They just did their job very, very well. Keeping sprites alive is actually important for me. I will lose the halflings. I will lose 2 of the pikemen. We will get through this next little barrier, and I'm definitely taking the leadership here. As good as the Estates is, at this point, we are blessed to only have neutral morale. Let's go with the advanced leadership. Let's get a little bit better off. How about 1,500 more experience? Very good. Yay. This is actually an interesting choice. We know that this is a map with lots of water. Navigation could be an investment in the future. The problem is that if you see wisdom as the knights, you take it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's what we do around here. If you get the opportunity to have access to 5th level spells, you take it, because you may never be offered wisdom again. And so, therefore, we shall take the wisdom. I'll be very, very happy that we're building a really excellent, high quality hero. We got Mercury, we got some gems. If I'm to trade for 2 wood, which it feels increasingly likely that I shall, I would need 6 mercury, or 6 gems, or 1 crystal. There's mercury, there's gems. I don't know how this is gonna go. Let's just do it like this for now. Looks like we can walk right on through. Lovely, good. We'll pick up 1,000 experience for the secondary hero. It's gonna be diplomacy onto Ambrose. Bit more of this mercury. Likewise, let's get a free 1,000 experience here. It's gonna be pathfinding for Flint. Good, good. And yeah, it looks like we're not gonna reach a break point. We can't feasibly trade for the boat. At this point, if we were gonna trade gold for wood, it would be all of our gold. It's just not a good idea. So another day, another moment lost. These things do happen. Folks, that is the end of month 1, week 2, day 7, on to day 1 of week 3. Very good. Very good. Yes, and Bearded Man agrees with the AI for Olden Era. If it's different, that means that we have to discover new tricks and tips. I like that. I like that a lot. New is never bad. Windowella agrees with that take as well, talking about the exploitation of the AI in Olden Era. The way that it navigates the map, though, is a lot more exploitable, Windowella says. Perfect. I like that. I like that a lot. Bearded Man says, speaking of that level up we just had, Wise Knights are a rare find. You already have a sorceress for the navigation. Very true. Very true. In fact, that's part of the reason I guess that she's staying behind. Partially, I want her to be able to help resupply something of a hero chain to the front, but also she's kind of, she's kind of getting ready to hop into a boat whenever she can. Let's do this. We do want to bring forces to the front. Let's get the archers. Let's get the pikemen. We do have room in the army now for the peasants. Let's take all of these forces. All these forces will go with her. And maybe we can set something up here. Flint will just go into this general area. Ambrose to here. And before we fight a new fight, let's let Maximus just pick his path. There it is, folks. For the first time, we see a Sawmill. It is guarded by Arc Magi. You are kidding me. That's just about the grossest thing I've seen all day. Ugh. You gotta have it. You've got to have it. Pack of Cyclopes? My goodness, this is so bad. The sprites are gonna be so valuable. The boards are gonna be so valuable. We're gonna lose so many archers. But we're gonna hero chain all the way up to here. We are just ready for this final fight. It's gonna happen first thing in the morning. This is not my favorite thing, but what else you gonna do? You gotta have wood. Gotta have wood. Okay, on to day 2. And Windowella says, that's a buzz-off mill. Yeah, they do not want you to have this sawmill, do they? They're like, hey man, get out of here. This is our sawmill. Yeah, okay, all right. I don't want to tell them that they're right, that they will actually dissuade me. I don't want them to think that they can intimidate me from any objective of mine. But to be honest, I wish I didn't have to fight this fight. I really wish I didn't. Really wish I didn't. 7 sprites, 3 boars. I do want the pikemen in the very center so that they can kind of respond to the top or to the bottom. If there's poor morale, I don't think that there's going to be an issue with the 2 hex boars being in this position. I think we'll be fine. We're just going to take a bunch of losses. A pack of magi. Is there... Yeah, there's no additional support. This is it. This entire playthrough could go south right now. It could absolutely go south right now. There's no guarantees we win this. Can't believe this is a normal difficulty map, McFall. I'll bet you on normal difficulty it's actually fine, but on impossible with no additional resources, it's kind of a problem. Imagine if we were a different faction. I think we'd probably be doing okay if we were the warlocks because of the gargoyles. If we were the sprites, we'd be fine. With the sorceresses. Yeah, this is just rough. Okay, there's nothing to do. Let's do it. It's nice when the AI thinks we're gonna win. That feels nice. Windowella says, that's the beauty of Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Some of the maps were kind of insane in the design risks that they took. That is definitely one way of putting it. I like that. I like that. Tanil says, split the sprites to lock down the shooters. They're gonna lock down 1 stack for 1 turn, pretty much. Basically, they're gonna stop one of these creatures from doing damage. More than that, it's not gonna be much of anything. So, splitting them, the boards are gonna do just as fine in this next instance. And in fact, they might even be able to stop the sprites from doing, or rather the Arc Magi. They might even be able to survive a hit from one of the stacks. Not 2, but one of them. Let's just go to here for now. With this terrain, this is really bad for the peasants. I don't know why I didn't attack. We have no retaliation here. Should have gotten that 7 to 14 damage off, eh? I think I want to kill this bottom stack if I can, actually. So this is a stack of 90, 115. Our damage range right now is 79 to 118. I think I want to try and kill this bottom stack. The damage from these sprites is actually pretty good. Let's do this right now. 2 to 3. We got 2 HP left. Oof. That's actually going to come back to haunt me because the sprites got the good morale. They could have actually done that themselves. But this terrain here, the peasants can't walk around. It's going to take them at least 2 additional turns to get around. That feels horrible. Feels horrible. I will send the boards right here, hoping that we can stop the damage not once, but twice. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. And then the damage from there is not too bad. Let's hope for good morale here on the pikemen. Good morale here actually saves you about 12 archers. Wouldn't that have been a cool moment? I submit to you, yes, that would have been a really cool moment. 35 HP, 35, 35, 32. There's 32 HP here. We are not even kind of damage. You can barely kill 3. Let's do our best to hope for killing 3. Let's just hope. Nope, not quite. 1 HP, 2 HP, 1 HP. You are kidding me. Oh my goodness. We're down to 19 archers. That feels bad. Okay. That feels not good. You got 4 Arc Magi here. You've got 6 Arc Magi here. You'd love to go in this area. You got to go down to here. You just simply must. And I think you want to attack the top stack because you're going to retaliate against them. That's going to help you take out the stack a little bit quicker. We're going to kill 1 to 2 here. We kill 1. Okay. And then archers, you might as well kill this top stack. We're not doing nearly enough damage at this point. We're killing 1 for sure, but not much more than that. The fact that the peasants might actually factor into this fight is insane. Thank goodness. Look at that. 2 Arc Magi goes down. Lovely. Wonderful. Excellent. That was perfect. I think that with 24 HP here, I think that it's time to send the pikemen to here. We're just going to cover up these 2 stacks. Good, good. That's one free Arc Magi there. I'm gonna send the peasants up. We're gonna hope that they can jump on the stack in just a moment. Down to one Arc Magi. We got 9 of these creatures left. I think I'm gonna kill this guy in this retaliation. So let's actually attack here. Kill the retaliation. Top stack goes down. This is not pretty. Don't love this. I wish that we hadn't wasted the good morale on the rights. Oh, there's so many instances where there was one Magi left over with 1 HP. Insane. 39 of the archers, 3 boars, 7 of the pikemen, 7 of the sprites, 12 of the peasants. This was not my favorite fight. And we only get 500 experience and a sawmill. But sawmill hopefully is going to be our opportunity to win some later. What would have happened? I ask you, what would have happened if we didn't get 40 something archers to join us right here? We would be dead in the water on this playthrough. That would be insane. Oh, look, we found wood. That's not fair. And there's 2 boats. Hurt and shocked. I'm hurt and shocked. How could you do this to me? I can't believe you've done this. Okay. Alrighty, folks. That was a good moment, though. That was a good moment. Beardman says, you don't have to get it, but I sure do wonder if you can. Hey, we did it. Hey, we did it. I'll take that. I'll take luck. I'd rather be lucky than good. Tundar says, it's Populous, the Beginning's 28th birthday today. I'm not sure what that is. Populous, the Beginning's 28th birthday today. Tundar, welcome to the chat. Nice to have you here. And Tundar, thank you so much for the subscription. It's a pleasure to have you for a good long time. It's always a pleasure to have you here. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, not to you. Populous, the Beginning. My other favorite game in the 90s. Oh, perfect. Happy re-release day, Bearded Man says, for this video game. Perfect. I love it. McFall says, I love tactics where every unit has a role. In these fights, every single unit has been critical in their own sort of a way. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. We picked up, it's going to take 2 turns for Troyan to get back. What day is it? Like day 2? It doesn't matter if I get the boat now or the armory. It just doesn't matter. And I want the boat. Let's just focus on the boat for now, knowing that we're going to get the swordsman in just a moment or two. And maybe at that point, we'll finally have enough forces to deal with the enemies. I don't think I can take any of these other fights. Dwarves, chiefs, none of this. I can't take any of this with the forces I have. We just have to wait. After scouring the area, we fall upon a hidden chest containing the ancient artifact, Kinetic Pendant. We're going to be immune to paralyzes. Very good. I'm for that. I'm all for that. And then I do want to explore just a little bit over here near these rangers. Looks like it's a water wheel. Maybe this is a path in this direction. That'll be interesting. I'm gonna send Ambrose out into this area to see what's here. Lots of wood. Oh my goodness. We didn't actually have to fight this. We didn't actually have to fight this. Is scouting an S tier secondary skill? Is knowing what's on the adventure map actually more valuable than I've been giving it credit for this whole time? Possibly. Possibly. I'm not saying the answer is yes, but I am saying possibly. Because there's 2 heroes up there, I'm going to send Flint back. He's going to hopefully do my next resupply for me. With 5 wood, there's no purchases at the moment. Let's do Ambrose first. It's going to be 9 wood. Lovely. 6 wood. Okie day. And that should actually give us pretty much everything we need. Are we going to be able to get up to the jousting arena? I'm starting to think jousting arena. There's... Yeah, if we can get another 8 wood. Maybe 4 days. If we can find 1 more pile of wood. Yeah, I think we're going to get the jousting arena this week. From having no troops up to this moment here, all of a sudden it feels like we actually have a little bit of traction on this map. We could have fumbled this even worse than we did. We didn't actually have to lose 40-something archers here. We could have gone over in this direction. You can't go back in time. It is what it is. But we can still make the very, very best of this moment, go for the jousting arena, and then we'll figure it out from there. Worth noting, we're only 6 crystal away from getting the cathedral, so that could be an opportunity as well. Looks like it's going to be a pack of paladins guarding this pouch of sulfur and a tree. There is a rogue encampment guarded by a pack of the beautiful veteran pikemen. I wish that they would join me. Chances for diplomacy? I don't think we've been offered diplomacy. I think one of our heroes has diplomacy. Yeah, Ambrose has diplomacy. I just don't think that he's going to be good enough, and I don't want to pay that exorbitant price for it at the current juncture. So, for the first time, we're going to send our dear Troyan out into the wide world to explore, see what she can find. Hopefully she finds lots of treasures and trinkets and shipwreck survivors. This is a rescue mission, folks. She's on a rescue mission to find everybody that needs a home. I will give them a home at the exchange of their artifacts. No ifs, ands, or buts. We talked about needing this. That's 8 wood. That covers the wood that we need. We're for sure now going to get ourselves our cavalries. Jousting arena. Okay, good, good. And then here on day 6, a little bit more crystal. That's the additional 6 crystal we needed. That was it. Oh. I just spent all my wood on the jousting arena. Would you have rather had cavalries or paladins? I think I would have rather had paladins. My bad. My bad. Okay, well, these things do happen. But the likelihood of picking up additional wood at this point, very, very low. I just don't see any. Maybe if there's some over here. Let's see if Ambrose can get very, very lucky for me. 1 instance of ore. Lucky rabbit's foot. A traveling merchant offers you a rabbit's foot made from gleaming silver fur for safe passage. The merchant explains that the charm will increase your luck in combat. Lovely. But yeah, I think that I might have just cost myself an opportunity. Unless there's, it looks like we can just barely skirt past these nomads. Maybe there's a little bit of wood up here. No, but this is your ore mine. We're good on ore. We got 18 ore. We're fine on that. Don't fight any of these fights. There is not 1, but 2 obelisks on this map. That means that there is an ultimate artifact. Hopefully we can use that to our advantage at some point. And it looks like we can actually pick up this minor scroll of knowledge for +2 knowledge. It might be time to start investing in a mage guild. With the +1 spell power we picked up earlier, and then with 30 spell points, that could actually be exceptionally good for us. Let's kind of look for that in just a moment as Troyan finishes up her scouting of this other coastline. Okay, very good. The fact that there is enemies on this coastline actually feels nice to me, because then I know for sure the enemy hasn't cleared that out. What? Is this all connected? Is this just a pond? I thought that this was going to be like a body of water that would go from south to north, like separating the two of us. Your opponent lays beyond the straits, but a common adversary controls the waterways. I was anticipating that the warlock would be in the very center, but no, I suppose not, because there's boats over here, but no boats over here. Maybe there's a whirlpool. Maybe there's a whirlpool. Let's wait and find out. On to a new day. And Tundar says, the matchmaker is busy and full of games, but I have time to catch up with Fixie. Aha, lovely. I'm so glad you're here. Hopefully you're having a wonderful weekend. That sounds perfect to me. Perfect to me. McFall says more wood for trading is nice. So far, Troyan hasn't found much additional wood, although the wood from the sawmill is starting to creep up over time, that's for sure. Look at all these sawmills. Oh, here it is, folks. We found it. So we talked about there being maybe like a strait. I thought this was gonna be a really thick body of water. It looks like there's just this thin, raggedy body of water. Yes, but these are 2 separate continents. Very cool. Cool map design. I really like that. But oh, what's this? An Eye of the Magi. Somebody might be observing us right now, and that could be a little bit scary. Could be a little bit scary. Windowella says, Olden Era has done a good job so far making every skill feel useful. Honest to goodness, yes. I came in with some preconceived notions about certain secondary skills, like scouting, funny enough, as we mentioned earlier. And I think that scouting is actually really, really good. There's the sub skill when you get it up to expert level that allows you to see in a huge radius around you. It's absolutely broken and overpowered on single hero mode. I love it. So good. So good. But yeah, I like that nothing feels completely useless. I'm sure if I started to actually look for things that were useless though, I bet you I could find some. I just haven't looked for them, if that makes any sense. Tanil says, if you find more crystal, would paladins not be better at this stage? They would. I am lamenting the fact that I didn't get paladins, that I traded my inheritance for cavalries. That's so sad. I'm still sad about that, and there's nothing I can do at this point. Nothing to be done. Just wait for some additional wood and we'll be happy later. Bearded Man says, all skills can be valuable, even Eagle Eye. It's nice to steal your opponent's combat spells, surrender, and then use said spells against them. Does that work? Is that an Olden Era thing, or is that a Heroes 2 thing? Can you do that? I don't even know. That's an interesting question. Huh. I don't know. That's a good question. I've got many questions. I got several questions. Questions that need answering. And McFall says, personally, I feel like the Knight's Ascension skill is not that helpful. I agree. You can totally play around with it. Like, you can use it fairly effectively by having single stacks go and die. But the fact that I have to force my army composition to have stacks die in order for it to be effective, is that more valuable than the Schism faction just coming in with bonus creatures at the very start of the round? No. Like, Schism instantly has a way better class-specific secondary skill. and that just by comparison makes it feel bad. So I agree. Not that helpful. I agree. Before you appears a levitating glass case with a scroll perched upon a bed of crimson velvet. At your touch, the lid opens and the scroll floats into your awaiting hands. +2 knowledge. Very good. We do have the resupply coming. I almost wonder though if it's worth it to go all the way back just to try and get level 1 mage guild. I do want to get the ore because this is the only mine. 1 ore mine, 1 sawmill. Maybe, oh, what's this? Is this gems? Crystal mine in the bottom left. Maybe there's crystal, gems, and sulfur. Who knows? Tough to say. Tough to say. This is much more valuable at this point here, this little area, just because now I can actually use the precious resources a bit. We're going to let Ambrose continue to go in this area. I need to know what else is here. Looks like there's your crystal, there's your mercury, and then I don't see gems though. Don't see gems. Interesting. I realized before I picked up the Lucky Rabbit's Foot with Ambrose, I'm actually going to avoid this artifact for now, just because I'm scared. I know I have to come in this point in this area anyway. I'm scared that it's going to be rogues and I'm going to feel silly for my loss, but we're going to be a little bit, we're going to wait for a moment just on that. The Straits look deadly from this point on. Dark, evil shores guard a waterway too shallow. Jagged rocks and sunken sandbars threaten. What vile creatures stalk you from this dank, mysterious banks that overhang the Straits? You find the debris from the unfortunate many who have attempted the Straits before you. +20 wood. I'm good for that. I'm actually just fine for that 20 wood. That feels great. I'm gonna pick up all the slots as we go through. I don't know. I feel okay. Here's the deal. What if red is in the middle? And if you are like next to the bank, they will attack you. Maybe there's only a few places that are safe here. Like right now, I don't think I can be attacked. Nobody can reach me because I'm still in the very center. I'm guessing that that's how this works, that there's like a red enemy on either side and you have to go to these certain checkpoints, like here or here. Maybe there's one up here to prevent yourself from getting attacked. That seems like it's possible. I'm going to play it safe. It's going to cost me 300 movement points, but I'm going to stay set right here for now and just hope that nobody attacks me. Okay. But that 20 wood, golly, if we got that 20 wood one day ago. Oh, Troyan, you were just that slow. That would have been it. That would have been the cathedral. Darn. Well, we're going to pick up the cathedral now anyway. And with 9,000 gold, is that enough gold to bring in these forces? We're to the point where we're starting to look at upgrades. I kind of want to save the archers. Kind of want to save all these forces. Unless there's a reason to fight, I think that I'm just going to start to head back for the mage guild. I do want this. You gotta defeat lots of wolves though. Lots of wolves. And you got this army. Lots of wolves. That could be 49 wolves, which is way too many. Over here, this is merely okay. Wait. Crystal, mercury, sulfur? That might have been intentional. That might not have been a random artifact. That might be how you get your sulfur, and this might be how you get your mercury and your crystal. That's interesting. So a well-designed single-player map. Okay, okay. It's going to take Flint multiple days to come up here. 5 days. 5 days to come up here. Maybe we can get to like here and then do a little bit of a hero chain. You got to get the ore mine. I'm going to purchase the pikemen. And will I pay to upgrade the archers later? Tell you what, let's just send the 2 paladins. Let's send all of the pikemen, all the peasants, and let's just let this force be barely enough, I hope, to defeat the enemy. I'm even going to send 1 or 2 cavalry, just so we have a 6-speed creature in the army that can mitigate the 6 speed of the wolves. And we're going to come back later for a mage guild, but for now, we're just a little bit too far away. We're going to hit intern and go on to a new day. Okay. Window Ella says I was referring more to the non-faction specific ones. Oh yeah, like scouting, like you know, leadership, logistics. Tell you what though, there are some S tier secondary skills already in Olden Era. Things that are just that much better that I can't ignore, and that's good. I like the idea of more things being broken than not. We will figure out balance later. For now, let's just have a really nice time. In fact, a lot of people have said to the devs that they feel like the game is too, oh, how would you say it? It's a little bit too easy to collect resources on some of the modes, and they've since actually patched it. Originally, they tried to make sure that it was really easy to get resources on these different templates for Olden Era. But because right now the demo is all we have and people are clamoring for something more, their intention to provide a fun opportunity to feel like you're a big bad evil guy that has all the unlimited resources ever, they've decided to kind of patch that out just for the moment, just so people have the most tactically true to life version of the game that they would like. It is worth noting that not every version of the game is going to, you know, every template is going to have different resources and controls, but all the same. Aha! I'm a genius. Arie, several red dragons. Oh, okay. So several red dragons. Maybe the idea is to have Troyan go up into this new enemy's territory, which I think we've reached. What? You start off with a gold mine? Do I start off with a gold mine? I guess I do. Kind of. And then from there, maybe we defeat our foe and then we collapse on red. That seems probably the best thing for me. I'm guessing that my enemy is on this side of the map because I'm guessing that this is mirrored. Boats here, I'm in this corner, they're in this corner. That just makes the most sense to me. So I'm actually going to clear in this direction. So I'd prefer to get more scouting done than anything. I feel like they started off with a shipyard. I'll bet you that they have enough resources. Bet you that they have enough resources already. Flint, this isn't pretty. Let's see, Maximus is going to take a step back or two to here. Can Flint reach? For now, yes. He can actually get up to probably right about there. Maximus can take one more step. Yeah, okay. That'll work out fine. Maximus will step right here, and then we'll be ready to go pick up this in a day or two. Whoa, that's the quicker way? Okay, well, way to go. Way to go, to AI pathing. It's going to take all of our jobs. AI pathing. A little bit of gold here from Ambrose. I will take it now. A little bit more crystal. Very good. And Ambrose has done everything he can. It's not worth waiting for the luck. I can risk it and just hope that rogues don't pop out of the brush. It'll cost me one lucky rabbit's foot and the 2,500 gold from the hero, though. That feels like a lot. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to do it, though. Oh. No, Troyan, no. Let's see who this enemy is. And Bearded Man says, I have vague memories of using that strategy, but memory is an odd thing. Maybe I'm mistaking things. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. With the eagle eye and being able to like see the battle and then run from it, I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you. I don't think I've ever even thought about doing that, and maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. Zom the Necromancer. I don't know what level this guy is, but 4 attack, 3 defense, 3 spell power, 3 knowledge. I think he's better than my main hero at the moment. These forces are not that good, but Troyan, you've done a good job. You've scouted effectively. I thought that by heading in this direction, I was actually keeping myself safe. It looks like I was wrong. 2 red heroes, Arie and Croto. Ghosts? Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's avoid that for sure. And McFall says, I know Eagle Eye steals spells at the start of combat, but not sure in Heroes 2. Yeah, not in Heroes 2. I'm sure other people have told you, have said that by now, but yeah, not in Heroes 2. You have to wait till the end of the battle. It's part of the reason why it's just not that good of a skill. All right, folks, let's get lucky. After freeing a princess from a neighboring kingdom from the evil clutches of despicable slavers, she awards you with the Medal of Honor. Lovely. We're going to be using every ounce of that. Nice environmental storytelling that you only find flotsam in the dangerous waters, McFall says. Yeah, I do like that now that you mention it. I hadn't even considered how cool that is, but yeah, I do like that. That's a good idea. Because, of course, that's where the ships, like, sank. So, yeah, very cool. I do like that. Had not even considered. Had not even considered. Peasants are going to be able to step up in front of the archers, I think. What if I do grouped formation? It's a high-skill maneuver. I'm going to do it. So, archers back, peasants up. Cavalry up. 4 speed, 5 speed. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's go defeat ourselves some wolves. We're gonna win, but it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be not even ugly. Due to my superior positioning, it's not even ugly. Bearded Man says, yeah, now that you mention it, Heroes 2, Eagle Eye probably only grants the spells after beating your enemy. Yep, that's correct. That's correct. Windowella says, same. I think it's only after them casting. They do have to cast the spells, and so it does have to take place at the end. If you were going to make Eagle Eye a better spell, if you were able to randomly roll all of the spells in an enemy's spell book before combat starts, and then get to use them for that battle, I think that basic Eagle Eye would actually be really pretty good. I think it would actually make it that much better. I do. And In Heroes 2, that would be Lightning Bolt on first cast for the AI. Absolutely. Absolutely. Windowell asks, what do you think Olden Era will end up as in the end? It'll be its own thing, I think. I don't believe that it's going to replace Heroes 3. I was thinking about this the other day with like StarCraft, because you got StarCraft 1, which had a huge following. It was an esport. Everybody loved it, right? It was great. I don't know. I don't think that people are going to abandon Heroes of Might and Magic 3 or their own personal favorite games, but I do think that Olden Era is going to get the opportunity to be its own game. I think that it's going to be a quality game, and there's going to be people who it's their absolute favorite and the only way that they play, because that's how we as Heroes of Might and Magic players think. But I think that there's also going to be another group of people that just like, it's not their thing, and that's fine. So we'll see. I'm excited to wait and find out. I don't have any more insight onto the matter than perhaps you do, but I think it's going to be at least a high quality game, and I'm excited to see how people get to enjoy it over time. Oh no. Yeah. The AI fought this fight way better than I did. I lost a full paladin. I don't know how I did so much worse. Yeah. I lost a full paladin. I don't think that the AI, did they lose Pikemen? I don't know, but folks, we got out of that fight anyway. We'll take the obelisk, we'll take the ore mine, and Mr. Finn Glorfin, you know, from Lord of the Rings. Mr. Flint the Wizard, he's gonna go back home and be ready for the next deal. Okay, alrighty. It's time to start these upgrades, by the way. Upgraded Cathedral, that would be a priority, except we're still kind of far away from Crystal. So let's just start with the basics, and we're just gonna get all these upgraded. If there was a Freeman's Foundry anywhere on this continent, I would not be doing this, but for now, there's no indication that that's even possible. So let's just wait for now and see where this goes. Ore mine, 2 ore per day. Obelisk, we come upon an obelisk made from a type of stone that you've never seen it before. Staring at it intensely, the smooth surface suddenly changes to an inscription. The inscription is a piece of a lost ancient map. Quickly, you copy down the piece, and the inscription vanishes as abruptly as it appeared. So it's going to be right on the edge. It's going to be in the middle section, because this is like swampy. This might be, I mean, it could be on this side or it could be on this side, but currently, I mean, this indicates to me that it's going to be in the middle. Mountains here. This feels more like this side. Maybe not. It could be these mountains. It could be these mountains. We need more information. We're not supposed to know where the obelisk is on the very first try. So let's head on and see what's up from there. I suppose I could try and use these forces to get my crystal mine and my mercury. I suppose I could. I don't know if I should. I'm going to play this a little bit safe. I'm going to have Maximus hand off these forces to Flint. Flint's going to stay put. And then we're going to get all of my forces upgraded, and then we're going to go clear the rest of this continent, and then we will head out from there. It's a really bit of a slow sort of a feature. Like, we're taking our time, and that's not bad. At this point, I think that red is only going to get stronger over time. I think that my enemy is only going to get stronger over time, but I think that my enemy is at least one time going to try and go through the Dire Strait. They're going to be too close, and red is going to attack them. I can almost guarantee you that that's going to happen at least once. Actually, will it? Maybe the AI is too good for that. Maybe they're not even going to fall prey to that. I don't know. We will see. By the way, picked up Troyan again. She's got basic estates. She will pay for herself in 25 turns. Might as well have her. Might as well. McFall says, oh yeah, Heroes 2 makes paths through enemies blocking the way, but OE doesn't. At times, it's hard to find what blocks the way. Yep, I agree with that. I actually really like one of the features from Olden Era. It's the feature where you're able to hit a button and it will toggle who is in the area for you. Like, you'll be able to actually kind of tell who should, where the guardians are and where you can path and where you cannot. It's really, really nice. I actually do enjoy it very, very much. So, pathing is always a priority in Heroes of Might and Magic games. It's less so a priority in Olden Era, though. If you've noticed in Olden Era, you don't actually cost yourself any movement points to pick up items. You just go to a certain area and then it's available to you to do so, to just pick up whatever's right around you. I don't know if I love that or not. It's probably really pretty good just for the simplicity purposes, but it's a mechanic I've become very attached to, actually. Whether it was Heroes 2 or Heroes 3, I've become very attached to figuring out the best way of traversing the adventure map. I think that that's like a interesting, fun skill sort of a point. Interesting to me anyway. I could understand how that wouldn't be interesting to other people to consider whether or not you go on a diagonal or a north, south, east, west. costing yourself additional movement points. I get it. I get it. It might not be for everybody, but I'm gonna miss it a little bit, that's for sure. I decided to take Maximus down to this castle for the purpose of picking up a mage guild. We're gonna have enough resources, even though we might not have enough crystal to get the upgraded cathedral anytime soon. I am gonna send him here to start getting at least a level 2 mage guild. If we can get more than that, I will. But for now, I think the level 2 mage guild at least will be fine. Is this gonna happen? The worst thing that green could do would be to land. If green lands and they give red a boat, I'm gonna throw up on my shoes. Don't do that. You can do anything else you want. You can die at sea, you can have a nice time sailing around, never getting attacked, but whatever you do, do not land and give red a boat. I would go bananas, so. All right, hopefully green just doesn't do that again. Okay, Maximus, keep on going. You got this, I believe in you. Troyan just kind of hanging out by the water, by the well. Then a new upgrade. Yeah, let's just start going for these mage guild levels. There's level 1. And at the start of the turn, we'll go for level 2. Jeez. I don't know if it's valuable to get this gold mine at this point. I'm gonna have enough gold just off this one castle and all the resources laying around. Jeez, I don't actually know if I need to do more than that. At this point, we can kind of go through some of these forces, or I can just wait one more day. I'll go out of my day one more way. That'll be fine. One more day out of my way, that'll be okay. Level 2 mage guild. And unless I wanted to trade, I'm not gonna get level 3. Slow, view resources, dispel magic, cold ray, disrupting ray, steel skin. All right, very good. I think that those spells will be worth it. We're gonna clear this southern area as soon as we get upgraded forces. It's day 2. We'll clear out all this. That'll give us an additional mage guild level. We're gonna be able to upgrade a paladin. We're very quickly going to be a pretty good fighting force. The question is do you continue to clear out your own continent, which is very rich, or do you try and go over here into this unknown area? I don't know. But with all this extra wood that we have, I almost want to build another boat just to send Troyan there. Then again, I do have 2 boats here if I go through these creatures. We'll do that in just a little bit. We've been biding our time, and it's about time for us to be very explosive on the map. Now is not yet the time. Windoella says, I wonder what maps I could make. I've never fully completed a hero's map before in the map editor. Hey, there's a lot of wonderful map makers here in this chat right now. I would love it if maybe we get the opportunity to just have from the Heroes Might Magic wiki, I almost feel like there should be a section on map making and tips and tricks from established quality map makers. They can give you step-by-step guides. I can't believe actually that that's not on the wiki. It's worth noting that when Olden Era is released in early access in 2026, it will release with a map editor. So as early as Olden Era, we are going to be able to make our own maps. Is that exciting or what? And here's what I'm most excited about that as somebody that likes to make content stuff. That's going to give me the opportunity to make a map where I can show off all the artifacts, for example, right? Like to this point, I've tried to make an artifact video where I show off all the artifacts. I can't do that because I can't guarantee I haven't missed 1 or 2 or 3. And I don't want to call it a comprehensive list if it's not comprehensive, if that makes any sense. So as soon as early access releases, I'm going to be ready to just show off a whole bunch more stuff that I can't show off right now. Not very effectively anyway. Okay, we're going to upgrade everybody. We're not going to purchase paladins. Let's upgrade everybody else. It's going to be very expensive. 1,200 gold here, 1,500 gold there. We got 5k gold remaining, but we've got quality troops. Let's go for the Rangers first. We're basically bankrupt. We're basically already out of gold. We'll pick up a couple of these swordsmen because they're just good quality units. Where did the peasants go? Oh, we lost them all? We lost all the peasants already. That's sad. That's very sad. And then full spell points. That's 30 spell points. And yeah, with these creatures, we should be able to start defeating these forces. I'm going to go through these centaurs first, just so I can get a couple more cavalries for these future fights. But maybe rangers, maybe pikemen, maybe these creatures will join us. Let's find out. Glorious victory. Let's see if we can do this any better. Group formation strikes again. Gosh darn it. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? The rangers have to attack down here, by the way, because this terrain, maybe this single stack creature can get through it. Maybe. Maybe we can get through here this way. We'll see. But we're going to take a lot of damage either way. I can't help it. Cavalries are going to step up right here. Swordsmen are barely not going to make it there. I went into the Mage Guild. I didn't actually purchase the spell book. Whoops. It's not frustrating, it's just sad. Your poor Rangers are like, can we get some magical support? You're like, yeah, I'll get that as soon as I possibly can. Nope. But good luck, good morale. Always nice to see. I think we actually saved ourselves quite a bit of Rangers just with the pathing we did. Didn't get good morale, but we were able to ultimately just step on these centaurs a little bit easier than I guess that the AI did. Okay. 6. I think that was better. It happened. It happened. Diplomacy, basic diplomacy. On our main hero, we got 1 additional skill slot remaining after this. We're gonna take basic diplomacy. We're gonna pick up this gold. We might just go back to Blacksford just to grab what we need, and then have enough gold in our coffers, I hope, to do some really nice things. Yeah, okay, all right, Maximus. I see you, buddy. I see you. Do I need a spellbook to take these fights? If there was a blind, I would say for sure. Cold Ray can still be useful, except the damage is not that good. Slow is not going to be really useful against the ranged enemies, only against like pikemen and stuff. I'm going to ignore the magic book for now. We're just going to wait and continue to let him do his business. It's going to be Troyan that picks up the free sulfur and such, but I do want Maximus to take the gold here and here, just in case the resources are too great. Yeah, 1500, okay. Okay. Additional cavalries. I don't know if I have enough forces. The reason why I'm taking the time, like Fix Fox, you just got the gold so that way these troops would join you. I did that because I'm worried that I wouldn't have enough forces to make these creatures want to join me, and I can use the cavalries very effectively to take out these other ranged enemies. So here and here, and hope for good terrain. 6 more rangers goes down. Why are we still on group formation? Never mind. Never mind. Tanil Tandara says, the original result with the AI did for the wolf battle was 6 pikemen, so we lost 1 additional paladin, but we lost 2 less pikemen, and we lost like 30 additional peasants. I don't know if that was worth it. I don't know if that was worth it. Y'all would have to tell me what you think about that. I'm going to try and get good morale. I'm just going to move my cavalries in a direction, in a space that I don't think that the AI would have moved them in the first place. Sometimes you can jog the RNG randomizer from the AI if you move a little bit interesting and sort of these diverse paths. Good morale? Negative. Okay, we're just gonna have to take our losses here. At this point, I'm gonna hit Q to end the battle. I can't do any better than that. Did we lose 2 additional rangers because of that? Oh well. Okay, lots of zombies. That's up next. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Pathfinding. There is going to be swamp in this playthrough. I'm gonna take pathfinding as my final skill. Wisdom, logistics, leadership. We got all the S tier skills. Let's take the pathfinding. Let's be happy with the diplomacy, the luck, the ballistics. This is a good hero. We built an excellent hero. I'm thrilled with everything that just happened. No complaints from me. Don't fear. We are just fine. Just fine. I'll send these forces back just to be ready for resupplies and such. And McFall says, so it seems the enemy is up north, so you are free to explore the southeast corner. Yeah. All of this, I do wonder what's over here. It could be exceptionally good. Maybe I should just send Troyan in the boat now. I mean, resources are so scant at the moment. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna do it. We had talked about waiting to clear out this area, but in the meantime, there's valuable scouting she can do right now. So I think you're right, actually. That's a really good idea. Let's go do this. Let's see what she can land on. Let's see what she can go find. Even if it takes her some additional turns as she like fumbles around in the darkness a little bit, that'll still be better than doing nothing. So let's do that for now. And then Maximus is going to go straight for these Minotaurs. Not going to be my favorite fight. Lots of Minotaurs. That's a lot of Minotaurs. I do wish I had the slow for this fight. 2 swordsmen goes down. Why are we on group formation? It just, my brain hurts. My brain hurts. This is not good. Okay. We're going to be fine. I just am very sad at my inability to adjust correctly. Goodness gracious. We'll send the Veteran Pikemen out. They'll do some damage. The Swordsmen will step in front of the Rangers. We are going to attack here and here this upcoming fight. I do want to take out these 6-speed Minotaur Kings though. Because 7 speed, they're probably going to go straight for these Rangers. And I think that can retaliate with the Rangers and do enough damage to them. Let's use this little tiny bit of terrain and attack here and then here to go down. 2 more Minotaurs goes down. Oh, excuse me, 1 more Minotaur goes down. Okay. And then the Pikemen can actually step up. I'll be fine with losing Pikemen. If it'll actually save champions, I will definitely lose an additional Pikeman here and there. There's 1. I'll step up to here. 10 damage, not too bad. Let's work on the big stack of 4. 4 down to 1. Very good. All right, yeah, and the damage, we were able to actually spread the damage around. 4 HP here is perfect. It's absolutely perfect, because that means you took the max amount of damage without losing a single force. 1 Pikeman goes down. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Could not have gone any better. I'll take the 1,000 gold, and I'm gonna leave this area open for Ambrose, I suppose, to go and clear all this out. Yeah, we will let Ambrose go and clear all this out. And meanwhile, we don't need any of this, so let's just... Oh no, did I cover myself up? All right, we're gonna grab this just because we are right here, and Ambrose stepped in front of us. We could step through the Rangers, but we blocked ourselves off. Come on, Ambrose. In your zeal to be effective, you actually hurt the cause. How do you feel? How do you feel? Let's hope for 1 additional crystal here, and then we will go for level 3 Mage Guild. On to a new day. And Tanil says, getting the crystal next to the Minotaurs near the lighthouse seems to be the next best option. Yep, because we need that crystal for Mage Guild and also for the Crusaders, so perfect there. And Manny MM is in the chat. Hello, Manny. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. 2 days in a row for you. 2 days in a row for Boreaser as well. And for Tanil. Lots of people are here in multiple days. See, folks, I gotta tell you, I worry that I'm gonna bore you. If I stream every single day, I feel like people won't show up because they'll be like, oh, it's just another Fix Fox stream. But if I stream once a week or maybe twice a week, then maybe you're like, hey, I'd like to be there when he streams because it's not an all the time thing. Am I crazy for thinking that? Let me know. Let me know what you think there. And McFall says, I always liked your videos showing FHeroes2 updates. It was just a small map with a few new things there. I like that. I'm so glad that you enjoy that. That makes me happy. That's very good. That's very good. Defnomics with the resubscription. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Always a good time. Oh, I just realized why I can't hear this. Hold on, I gotta fix something. If I don't fix it now, I never will, and I'll be really, really sad. Monitor and output. I just gotta change a setting in OBS. I'm paying attention to the activity feed, otherwise I wouldn't have heard that. Defnomics, thank you for the resubscription. It's a pleasure to have you. We've had you for a quite long time, and I'm grateful that you're continuing to spend the time with us. Welcome, and thank you. And yeah, McFall, I do like those videos too. It looks like, according to iHub from the FHeroes2 project on the Discord, it seems to me that they are preparing for a new patch. So I will plan on doing a new FHeroes2 patch note update as soon as I possibly can. So as soon as they are ready for it and it gets released, I will be ready to go. And I'm excited to see what they come up with, because I feel like on the one hand, they're just a group of people working on this project after work on their weekends and holidays, and it takes a lot of dedication, right? It takes a lot of dedication to do that. But I also feel like they still find a way to get an awful lot done. And I'm really impressed with their dedication to the craft, as it were. So I will hope that they continue to just know that they are appreciated very, very much for all that they do. And yeah, we'll just hope for the very, very best. Okay, folks, I'm having a thought here. A dangerous pastime, I know. But right now we have basic diplomacy. If we get up to expert diplomacy, maybe then it'll be worth it to go for Rangers, Pikemen, Rangers, Paladins, Pikemen, Crusaders, Pikemen. I think that there's a wealth of forces here, and I think I should actually wait. I think I should go through these Ogre Lords to pick up this crystal instead of going here. Yes, the veteran Pikemen might join me. I want to give them the best possible chance. Even if I end up just costing myself some time, I still think that that's what I want to do. So we're going to wait for now. We're going to plan on going through the Ogre Lords instead. But I feel pretty still good about my chances. 21 Rangers, it's not a bunch. It's a couple. Do we have any additional Rangers back at home? Nope, no more Rangers. Let's actually bring the Swordsman then. High quality unit. Yeah, and let's get our crystal for our Paladins this way. Okay. On to something new. We are still on grouped formation. We're still on grouped formation. Sorry. Everybody here at the library is like, dude, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, and the terrain is absolutely abysmal. The terrain is abysmal. Look how bad this terrain is. We can't go up. We can't go down. We are locked into this position. We have to use our first move with the Rangers to go up just to effectively defend. Heartbreaking. But we do have a slow. And we're going to do it not once, but twice and maybe even 3 times. Oh my goodness. I am sheepishly embarrassed, folks. I am so sad at everything that's just transpired. Oh, here's the deal. The game is hard. The game is a lot harder if you're stupid. And I feel stupid for doing that. That was silly of me. Sorry, we don't say stupid in my household. We say silly. It's very silly of me. We're going to do the 1 slow here. We're going to do the paralyze here. I think that the paralyze is going to just help things be a little bit more effective as these guys slowly gambool down the way. Let's skip for now. Swordsman will go up. Pikemen will go in. Wow, and this, oh my goodness. Feels so bad. It didn't have to be this way. This slow is worn off. I almost wonder if I should just start spamming this paralyze one more time. And I can just juggle this one enemy here. I feel like I want to do that. You can attack now, or you can take the damage in a second. I'm actually going to wait with the champions. I'm going to wait with the champions. I'm going to let the swordsman take the damage. I'm going to save the high damage horses for other things. 1 swordsman goes down. Down to 8 of the ogre lords. We do lose 1 of the champions there. Not very good. Not bad. And then we are going to use the other paralyze. We've got a magic well nearby. It's not going to be too expensive. It's not going to be too problematic to try and get up to max forces. 1 skip, 2 skips, and these ogre lords are going to get their turn next turn anyway. Let's just attack them now. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can't reach. We skip, skip, skip. No good morale. Lovely. And now we get the damage off. We kill 1 to 3. We kill barely any. 2 to 3 from the swordsman. We kill 2. And then a little bit more damage here. The veteran pikemen are going to take some damage from this stack here. Overall, folks, this was not the fight I wanted, but this is the fight that we got. And we are still going to be effective by getting out of this fight, but geez, I wish it wasn't so. Thankfully, we had 40 spell points to play around with. Thankfully. 15 HP, we will lose 1 on this retaliation, but let's kill the 2 to 4 anyway. We'll lose the 1 extra champion. Down, down. Dead. So 3 champions, 1 swordsman. The losses look way better. 2,400 experience. And as we take the spell power +1, which is really important because we have some really nice lockdown spells with the slow and the paralyze, we're going to take the leadership. We're going to be even better. And we're immediately going to put this on spread formation. And the curse of grouped formation has now dissipated. And I'm much happier for it. It's a small thing, folks, but I am much happier now at this current juncture. +1 knowledge. Okay, look at this. 3 and 5. 3 and 5. At this point, being at level 10, we now have a 25% chance of picking up attack skill, a 25% chance of picking up defense skill, spell power, and knowledge whenever we level up. So 25% all across the board. We have a pretty good, well-rounded hero at this point. I think that's going to serve us very, very well. Let's go for this advanced luck. And important to note, by the way, our enemy is a barbarian, so our spellcasting prowess is actually fairly useful against our green foe. I don't dislike that at all. Okay, 1,000 gold here. And oh my god, what the? We need to go here. Like now. We need this though. My goodness. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so what do we see? As we pick up the basic estates with our Flint hero, we've got archers' houses, goblin huts, dwarf cottages. This is just like a little opportunity to pick up forces. This is nice. I wonder if Troyan can step to here. I think we can step here, here, and then kind of go through. But we can't go here, can't go here. We might get into the boat and then sail and land over here. But this is interesting to me. This is very interesting. I wonder if red has access or if there's a mountain range here. This is all mountainous, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this will be, especially since there's a road here. I'm excited to explore this in just a second. It's currently day 7, folks. We are about an hour and 20 minutes into this playthrough. I'm looking to take a break, take a drink, take it slow. We've cleared kind of the first stage of this playthrough, I think, where we just hit end turn a couple of times to skip to get enough gold to actually survive. I think that it's about time we take a break. So let me get caught up on chat, and then we will go from there. Because I know I'm behind on chat. Let's get caught up on chat, and then we'll take a 5-minute break. So, Windoella says, if someone ever made a map in the olden era editor, what is it that you'd like to see personally? Story elements. I just like a good story, or something very, very unique. Like this is a very, very unique sort of map. You can often find one single theme, and you can build an entire map around that one single theme, and the map will be good because of it. I liked the idea of, what map comes to mind? Dragon Rider, for example. The theme is that you start off with one dragon, and then you have to keep that dragon alive and overwhelm your enemies, right? That is the central theme, and that's really, really fun to play with. That's cool. Pyramid, the whole map is built off the idea of stages. You take the first castle, the first barbarian castle, and then you take the next two necromancer castles, and then you take the warlock castles above that, right? It's like this stages sort of theming. Any kind of theming that you can think of, you can do some fun stuff with. So personal things I'd like to see, it doesn't have to be the world's best map. You just have to start somewhere with one basic good idea and execute that one basic idea really, really well, and we're all gonna have a nice time. That's how I feel about it. McFall says FHeroes2 should add an ability to align enemies on the battlefield before combat for moments like group formation. Yeah, it's kind of like a skill moment thing. I saw in the FHeroes2 Discord the other day, somebody requested, recently actually, that they adjust the precious and the non-precious resources here. If you look here, it's like gold is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They said, why isn't it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7? I don't know. At this point, making changes just for the sake of making changes kind of goes against wanting to preserve the game. So while I think it's a really good idea, what you're discussing there with adding the ability to adjust forces beforehand, I think it does take away from the base level of the game that we have come to know and love. I do like the idea that the FHeroes2 team has in preserving the game as it was, and then after they get it to a masterful base level version, then they will allow mod support, and they can make their own campaign, and they can make all these wild and crazy new additions. For now, I like that they're just keeping things the same because I don't like change. I don't like change. That's just me though. It's a good idea. Daniil says, once people like your personality and takes, I am sure that they would watch you every day. Oh, that's really sweet of you. That's really sweet of you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. So it's not a bad thing to stream every day. Good deal. I appreciate it. Yeah. And I understand that you're not in my time zone, but otherwise, hey, it's just nice to catch people whenever we can. And that's why for everybody that is on YouTube later, it's really nice to be able to just talk with them and spend the time in the comment section there, near and far, wherever people are. I really love the opportunity to spend time. So Manny MM says, yeah, it doesn't work for every weekend, but when it does, it's always a pleasure to catch your streams. I like that. I appreciate that. Frodo the Blind's in the chat. Hello, Frodo. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy day to you. Hope you're doing very, very well. It's a pleasure to see you there. And Theftnomic says, nice Beauty and the Beast drop. I'm so glad you knew that. I'm so glad. I didn't think that anybody would know that that was a Beauty and the Beast reference, but I totally referenced that. Just about everything I do or say, there is a reference hidden somewhere in there because I am like a sponge. I have nothing original or creative about me. I just take in all the fun things that are about me and then I spit them out back at you, and that's fun. Roman says, alleviating the curse of tight formation. There you go, Roman. I'm glad that you appreciated that moment. That was not a small thing. It was actually a huge moment. Thank you. And Soren's in the chat. Hello, Soren. Nice to have you here. It's not in the same order. Yeah, it's not in the same order between here and here. And so the question was like, well, can't we adjust this so that this and this are the same? At this point, I'm just so used to seeing this that any changes would throw me off, I'm sure. I feel like if you didn't tell me and you just made the change in the next FHeroes2 patch, I feel like I would notice. I don't know how many of you would notice, but I think I would notice. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And Windowella says, I actually do have an idea for a story involving Metastola and Gleared. I can send over Discord. I wrote up a short scenario bio for it too, preemptively. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I'm all for it. Yeah, that's kind of what the Discord is for. You can send it over there, and the general section should be just fine. By the way, if you have any feedback on sections that you would like to see for the FixFox Discord, I'm always all ears. Always down for nice feedback. And Raidsy's in the chat. What's up, Raidsies? Pop off, you say. Pop off, you say. Unfortunately, we will pop off very soon, but for now, we're going to take a 5-minute break. So thanks for everybody being here. Let's set the timer, and we will be back very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere. I will see you in just a moment. Thanks. As the music slowly fades out. Flawless. Okay, we are back. I don't know if you noticed, but I had to like slow down the timer a little bit there at the end. just because I wanted to finish the song. It's a good song. It's a good song. Is the music in Heroes of Might and Magic exceptional or what? You tell me. All right, folks. I've realized something. As much as I really value these crystal mines and alchemist lab, this gold mine actually represents a huge opportunity for me. It's a huge opportunity. As good as it is to clear out all of this, 1,000 gold per day is impossibly good. I feel like I need to make headway in that direction. I'm going to continue to still clear out some of these things. I think I'm going to go straight for this boat. That'll give me some opportunity for some treasure chests and such. I would like to get full spell points. We can have up to 50. Right now we have 2. But in this playthrough of Mire Straits, we do know that our green enemy has tried to brave the strait once, and then the red opponents on either side have already accosted them once. I would like to still continue to build from the strength of power. I'd like to go through the straits. I would like to be able to then defeat my green enemy, and then we will turn our attention to red. That is my plan as it currently stands, but there's still much to do, lots to be done. I'm going to go back, get a little bit more spell points because I like spell points. Spell points are good. And am I able to get a 4th level mage guild? I suppose it doesn't matter because I think I only have, yes, basic wisdom. So I already have all the spells I need. We're going to have Ambrose go back. He's going to bring whatever forces I need to the front. And soon, very soon, we're going to go across the river to pick up this and whatever else we can find over here. As many opportunities as there are here, I think that there's just more on the other side of the map. So let's see what we can do. It's day 1, brand new week. Let's go for Rangers and Champions. We don't have much else gold at the moment. Maybe Troyan can do something nifty. We've got a trading post for the first time. I do want to save a little bit of wood, but we do have an ore mine and we do have a sawmill. Let's just trade a bit. Let's just trade down to 10 in case we need wood for something. Let's keep our precious resources at the moment. Yeah, let's keep our precious resources at the moment for maid guilds and such. And then let's let Ambrose just take a few more forces. Master Swordsman, if you ever have the choice between Veteran Pikemen or Master Swordsman, you should always take the Master Swordsman. It's simply the superior choice because for about the same cost, 300 gold, 250, you get more stats, better damage, more HP. They're just better. If you have the choice, always take the Master Swordsman. And everybody else, we're gonna leave behind. Maximus, off you go, sir. Best of luck. Let me know how the raids go through these orcs and so on. Split and go. Big Paul says Heroes 2 music is fantastic. The night music theme from Gold Edition is my favorite in the whole series. I'm so very glad. I like it a lot. It is maybe my favorite. I haven't really thought about what my favorite is actually. You're asking some really good questions there. You're bringing up some questions that I didn't even realize I had personally, but I like that. Freeman's Foundry, stables. I guess if you really want to, you could send 4 troops across the river. So far though, that's 1 turn, 3 turns, 5 turns, 8 turns just to get forces upgraded for free. Although, given how tight gold has been at the moment, that might actually be a not horrible idea. That's crazy that we're even considering that as a possibility. It looks like Troyan's kind of run afoul of this area. She can't go any further. She just can't progress. So she's going to get back in the boat. It looks like first thing in the morning. And we're just going to hope that red and green don't do anything silly. At this point, I feel like we're where we need to be doing what we ought to be doing. 1 Master Swordsman seems appropriate in this current moment. I do want to continue to fight these forces, though. Again, we want the experience. If I can get the expert level diplomacy, then maybe some of the neutral knight-based creatures, I can do much more with them. So I do still want to hold on for just a moment or so. I don't think I need the paralyzes. I think that the slows will do me just fine. Let's get our creatures ready to go. Forces are ready to attack the invading ogres. We're killing, it looks like, 1 at a time, 2 at a time with the rangers. That was just good luck. I'm not going to consider that to be a usual thing. But we do want to conserve some spell points for some future fights. And 3 spell points for the slow versus 9 for the paralyze. I think that's just a pretty big deal. So let's skip 1 more time. We'll take the damage from these 3 overlords onto the Master Swordsman. Okay. And then because my spell power is so high, it's actually going to last long enough to prevent these guys from getting into me for just 1 more turn. So should I attack now? I think not. I think that yet again, I'm just going to skip. I'll attack here though. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I'll just take the damage from the 4 ogre lords. I wish that my rangers were just a little bit faster. If I had a haste, I would absolutely use it, but I don't want to use another slow. You know, if you do though, I mean, one more slow, that's going to prevent some damage. Spell points are cheap. Let's just do this as best we can. Down to 2 speed. It's not going to stop the stack from getting to me, but it's going to give the Rangers time to do some damage. Okay, we're going to kill 1 to 2 of these Ogre Lords right now. We do not lose 1 in retaliation. Because of this slow wearing off in just a moment, let's go and attack from this angle as opposed to from behind. We do lose 1 Master Swordsman there. With the good luck from the Pikemen, that's going to bring the 6 down to 4. Good luck, good morale, and good luck, one after the other. Lovely. And because these Ogre Lords haven't taken their turn yet, we're going to attack them first. 31 HP, 40 HP, it doesn't matter which group attacks. We are going to lose 1 of the cavalries, we're going to lose 1 of the swordsmen, and we'll get out of this fight otherwise. 1800 experience, it's still worth the experience at this point. Plus 1 of the spell power, let's go for the expert luck. And then, I mean, the dwarves, I mean, it's free gold. It's free real estate. It's free real estate. I don't know for sure if we can get into the boat today anyway. Let's attack the dwarves. It's free 1200 experience. Free 1000 experience, advanced wisdom. Is that going to make me go back and pick up a new level of Mage Guild? That's a really good question. I will purchase the Mage Guild and see if it's worth going back. Fire Blast, Town Gate. Oh, Town Gate. Town Gate. If there is a castle on this side of the map, then that'll be interesting. I wonder if you just manually travel to this point, if it will have this be the nearest castle for you though. This might be tactically a really good idea. Let's have Flint go up. Maybe Flint can grab the boat for me and sail it down. So that way I can still take my turn and get my main hero into the water fairly quickly. Let's see if we can do that or not. We want the gold at the moment still, 1500. A little bit of gold there. And Troyan does have to get back into the boat for her own purposes. This feels so slow to me. I know we're behind because the first 2 weeks we did nothing, but it feels like we're even further behind than usual at the moment. Okay. Okay, all right, let's go grab it. Let's go grab it. It's not my favorite thing, but let's go grab this. With 6k gold, we will make a new purchase in just a moment or two. Flint has got to go grab here and here and into the boat. Ambrose will clean up the rest. Mercury. Gold, just trying to juggle everything. And if I land right here with Flint on the next turn, Maximus should be able to just hop in the boat first thing. Where will Troyan land? If I land here, does she have easy access? It looks like she could maybe get around this direction. I will land right here. There's nowhere further south. Maybe right here you could have landed, but for now we'll go in this direction. I don't see a town or a castle just yet. Again, this town gate might be useful. Fire Blast, I don't care so much. The damaging spell for a knight, you know, he's got some spell power, but that's not really why I'm playing as the knight at the moment. And so really the utility spells, the movement spells, those just fit much better for my purposes. So we're gonna do that before I do anything else. We've got no crystal because we spent our crystal on the Mage Guild. Let's pick up, looks like it's going to be the Swordsmen, Champions, Veteran Pikemen, and we're going to, again, save the Paladins because if you purchase the Paladins now, it's going to be 1,000 gold per unit, or like 800 gold, to upgrade them later. Yeah, they're 600 now. I think that they are 1,000 gold for Crusaders, so it's 800 gold to upgrade a Paladin to a Crusader. That's expensive. I don't want to handle that. I don't want to deal with that. We're going to go with only these forces for now. And we will deal with the Paladins later. All right, Maximus. Best of luck. Go find your troll friends. Yay! I'm sure it's going to be a really good time there. And at this point, because it's just wolves, a couple of times, I'm going to get ready to have, let's call it Flint. Flint is going to be the better hero at the moment for like secondary purposes. The next week's worth of creatures are going to be devoted to clearing out this area. I'm going to wait on these pack of paladins, but even if I can get some mercury, some crystal, that's still going to be useful for me. We'll try and avoid rangers and such, but I think that Flint, with his advanced wisdom, 4th level spells, I think he'll be a good enough hero to kind of clear out some of these other opportunities. We see dwarves, halflings, vampire lords, royal mummies, ogre lords with the flail for the +1 attack. We do have some sprites in the Tree City. We do find a sulfur mine here. Very interesting. Okay, okay. And what else does she see? Anything else? I can't quite make it through this pass. I would have to fight the mummies there. Can't quite go up either. Yeah. Even by landing here, there's just not a lot of space for a hero to roam. And I don't suppose that that's bad. If anything, I think that what this tells me is that the map maker specifically tried to make this map where everything is covered up. This is actually bringing me back to another map from the FHeroes2 server. It's Dulcivia Perencia, which was from... Oh my gosh, I have to look it up. Because I really like him. He's a really nice individual. Really high quality individual. Who am I thinking of? Who was it? Who made Dulcivia Perencia? If I don't look it up, it'll bother me, so I have to look this up. It was from Idruin. Was it Idruin? Yeah, it was from Idruin. And Idruin made Dulcivia Perencia, which you can find on the FHeroes2 server, and I highly recommend it. The map is very dense with resources and loose resources you can find, but there's also tons of these monsters. It takes a lot of effort to make sure that monsters are not being, kind of useless. These nomads here, kind of useless. You don't have to fight them unless you don't want to, right? Unless you want to fight them, you don't have to. In this map, it seems like the map maker spent a lot of time to purposefully make sure that everybody was guarding something. And I think that that's pretty noteworthy, because it'd be easy just to plop down resources and plop down monsters, but to make sure that they're actually doing something and adding to the struggle, adding to the challenge, I think that that's not always easy to do. Green is going to maybe try the Bering Strait again. It's going to be Rialdo. It's going to be barbarians? What? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's a barbarian, but he has Rialdo as his main hero. Maybe this is not his main hero. Maybe I'm just so far behind that that looks like a starting army. Huh, very interesting. We will ignore the Ogre Lords for now. We're gonna definitely ignore the Magi. I think I can get through here. We've already fought Ogre Lords a time or two before. Let's use a couple of spell points to make this go well. Bearded Man says, something that would have made Eagle Eye great is if they had a chance to teach you an observable adventure map spell like Dimension Door or Summon Boat. Oh my goodness. That would actually be crazy good. Yeah, that would be crazy good. I would love it if they did that. Oof, man, I don't know what they would be thinking as far as balance, but I would love to see that. Yeah, if you had the opportunity, like, we all agree, something has to be done to make Eagle Eye worth our time. And to this point, just haven't seen much, right? Just haven't seen enough, let's say. So hopefully they can, some intrepid modder can do something in the future to make it just a little bit more worth our time. This is great. These slow creatures are going to go this way now because of this terrain. I'm going to plop one of my, let's see, should the Master Swordsman step up or the champions? We're just going to let the Master Swordsman step up and do the damage. 2 to 3 of these Ogre Lords. No losses just yet. There's one. One Master Swordsman loss. And then I'm going to try and keep these Ogre Lords here as a door. We're going to start to pelt these Ogre Lords from behind just a little bit more as they try and get around. Okay. Very good. I think that now is actually an okay time to do some damage. 7 down to 3. And the haste has got one more turn. Holy cow, it feels so good to be a knight with a lot of spell power. One more turn here. We're down to a grand total of 7 of the Ogre Lords. The top stack is going to go down here right now. 4 down to... Oh, I didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought I would. How embarrassing. But we're going to have the Rangers clean up the stack behind that. Especially with the good luck. That's going to clean up that stack behind us. Okay. Alrighty, 1 swordsman loss, 1800 experience. I'll grab the obelisk since it's right here. And then let's get ourselves a gold mine. This has all been about this gold mine. I don't think I can stop the Rangers from going down. Then again, maybe a couple of spells could be useful. Okay. McFall says, seeing the enemy dimension door and then you learn it, that's really the definition of Eagle Eye. Could you imagine? It's like, what's that guy doing over there? What's this guy even doing over there? Just something, I don't know. I just see him from way, way, way far away. Folks, for the first time, I'm going to use Fireball effectively. This is going to kill 1 troll on top of each stack. That might save 2 Rangers. I don't know. We'll see how many Rangers this saves. It might be that we would have gotten good morale otherwise. Maybe I just cost myself some good morale somewhere. Who knows? Tough to say. Tough to say. It's going to be 1 Ranger down. 1 Danger Ranger, I guess you could say. Let's kill this stack of 2. Maybe we get good morale here. Oh yeah, that feels fine. That feels mighty fine. And then there's a 2nd Ranger, a 3rd Ranger. Folks, it's going to be 3 Rangers goes down. That's just fine for me. Much better with 1 Fireball. And we will finally pick up this gold mine. So we are up to, by the way, 2,550 gold per day. We do not have mercury, sulfur, crystal, or gems. We still got an awful long way to go there, but there's a sulfur mine over here. Maybe we go grab that in just a moment or two. And rather than get back into the boat and sail this long direction, I'm just gonna go, clear all this out. That'll help Troyan be a bit more effective with her turn, and she's gonna be quite happy for it. She must wait. I don't know what she was thinking there. Don't even pretend like you're gonna path there, my dear. Not the way to be. Not the way to be. Don't you pretend to path there either. What is with my heroes? They're like, should I do it? No, you should not. I'm gonna do it. Don't do it. Don't you dare. It's like looking at a cat on a counter and they're about to like knock a coffee cup off of the counter so it will splatter on the floor. Yeah, don't do that. I can't believe you gave them a boat. You're the worst. You are the worst. Now, it's possible that Rialdo is going to be good enough that he can do some damage to red. And it's possible that red will get into the boat and then go this direction. But this is a complication that is very much unwelcome. Very much welcome indeed. Windowella, they shall not pass the Mire Straits. Yeah, I guess not. I guess they're going to land right here and completely ruin my day. My word. McFall says summon boat and hope you get that one. Do I have summon boat? Hold on. Do you got summon boat? No, we don't have it, unfortunately. That would be the play, but unfortunately at this point, it's just not likely. Dang. Okay. These things do happen. So we shall wait for now and hope for the best. We were talking about references earlier. That is a reference, by the way. These things do happen. That's from Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera, the one with Gerard Butler as the Phantom. These things do happen, Mini Driver says. If these things happen, then this thing doesn't happen. There you go. I'm telling you all my references, and now you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this guy doesn't have a single original thought in his tiny little brain. Huh, weird. Oh well, that's okay. That's okay. We still have a good time regardless. In general, I'm not much of like a movie watcher. Let's see. So what kind of media do I consume? Unfortunately, I was thinking about this the other day. I must unfortunately report to you that I don't spend as much time reading books as I used to. As a small child, or as a young person, up until about the time high school, I really was an avid reader. I mean, I've read Little Women, I've read Moby Dick, I've read a lot of classics. My favorite author is Alexander Dumas. So, you know, I enjoy books, I enjoy storytelling, but when it comes down to it, over time, I've just become more comfortable with other forms of media than books. Maybe I should go back to books and just invest in the time. Think about all the many wonderful books I haven't read yet. And if you stop now, you're never gonna find them all. You're never gonna get to spend the time. Maybe I need to do a bit better with that. Maybe, just maybe. That way I don't have like Cardi B references coming across on stream. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't that be bad? At this point, I don't think that there's much I can do. At this point, I think it's just time to attack. And it feels kind of bad because I'm going to take some damage. 26 hit points here. I guess I could attack here with this group. 40 HP here. Let's attack here. We'll take minimal retaliations. Let's go all the way around with the champions here. We kill one. We got 23 HP left. Okay. And I'd like for these Earth Elementals to not step up into the Rangers. I don't think I could stop it very effectively. Let's attack here with the Swordsman. There's 2 Earth Elementals goes down. Here's another 6. The Rangers are going to just take the damage from the 2 Earth Elementals. And we will work on the stack of 5. There's 2. There's 1 on top of that. 1 Master Swordsman goes down. And the Earth Elementals did not step up. They were too slow. I forgot about that. Very good. And so we're actually going to save the champions. I was worried that we were going to maybe lose one. But nope. 1 Master Swordsman. That's a really nice fight. 1700 experience. And we're up to the Expert Wisdom. It might be a while before we get into the Crusaders if our Crystal needs to go into a level 5 Mage Guild. There could be some really nice game-breaking level 5 spells, but we are not going to know until later. Gargoyles, what do you think, folks? Group formation? No. Gargoyles are awed by the power of our forces and want to scatter. I don't think that they're worth the experience. Let's not pursue them at this time. There's a magic well here, which is really, really nice. Full drink. And then first thing in the morning, we're going to go see if these Rangers want to join the group. Come on, you fellows, join our merry band of men. Which the women Rangers are like, dude, no. Aw, man. Was I Was I too aggressive in inviting them to join? Probably, possibly. They're like, we are not a merry band of men ourselves, but we will suffer you all the same. We will suffer your presence, and you will be grateful for it. On to a new day. So green does take out that first red hero. Unfortunately, because this is kind of taking off, as it is a new week with gargoyle growth up by 5, because this is mostly taking place off screen, we're not really going to get to see Rialdo's downfall. I think that might be just a red hero just at the very tip of the horse there. I think the Rialdo's going to attack here, here, and maybe get into the boat. Maybe here, here, and into the boat. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens there in just a moment. Okay, first off, Rangers, join us, please. Heck yeah. 28 Rangers up to 75. We just became not unstoppable, but pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I'm going to avoid these archers for now in the archer's house. I will do this, though. I'm going to leave some room for these pikemen to join. Let's attack here. Followers. 44 pikemen. Golly. Golly. That was like 50 rangers and 44 pikemen joined us just for free. That was insane. Pikemen are immediately going to get upgraded. And I'm going to grab them because, I mean, why not? Maybe, I don't know. If these golems want to join me too, they can join me for free. I'm not going to accept them at a price, but maybe they'll join me for free. Nope, not going to accept that. 8,700 gold. I need that for other stuff. I will take the experience off their hides all the same. And let's grab these stables. I know it's fairly far into the week, but let's grab these stables. What a big moment this was. That was a really nice moment. As you approach the stables, the head grim appears, leading a fine-looking warhorse. This steed will help speed you in your travels. Alas, his endurance will wane with a lot of heavy riding, and you must return for a fresh mount in a week. We also have many fine warhorses, which could benefit mounted soldiers, but you have none we could help. Oh, but there's a gem mine. Could help us too. Nomads just hanging out on a horse. Look at my horse is amazing. Give it a lick, it tastes just like raisins. That's from Weeble. Man, that is like old internet lore right there. Weeble is the one that came up with badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. That's Weeble, if you know that one. But he also did, one of his later versions was that. So it was the look at my horse. You have found a group of druids worshipping at one of their strange stone edifices. Silently, they teach you new ways to cast spells. Very good. There's something up here, but I'm not too sure what it is. I'll have Troyan explore that in just a moment. For now, I'm going to clear out this general area. I'm going to wait on the gems because I know Troyan can grab that. Let's still be safe with our movement points here for Maximus. And it's day 1. It's time for Flint to go bananas. Let's not pick up the paladins still, but swordsmen, rangers, pikemen, and level 4 spells. This should be enough to do something nice. We're all 4 speed or greater. Let's go. Through the lots of fire elementals? I don't think so. I think that, oh geez. Do you want to go through these 2 creatures and take tremendous losses, or do you want to go through the fire elementals? Or do you want to go all the way around and have it cost you like 6 days? 6 days. Do you want to take 6 days? So much. It's lots of fire elementals. I don't have a good way of shutting them down. You could slow them, I guess. 2 spell power. It's not going to last that long. I don't feel comfortable fighting this fight at this point. Lots of fire elementals are a tough combatant. I think that we are obligated to go all the way around. My goodness, this feels bad. Oh, this feels bad, but we're going to do this. We're going to go all the way around. Huh. Crazy. Crazy. You would have thought that I would have had a better idea. Nope, that was the idea. That was it. That's the whole thought going on in my brain at the moment. All right, what will happen with green and red here? Green goes into the inky blackness. We're not going to get to see a nice resolution here. There's still at least 1 red flag flying. I'm guessing that there was a hero with dragons and that they just swallowed up Rialdo. I'm guessing that Rialdo is no more. Yeah, Rialdo is no more. I think that they were the main hero, and I think that they are gone now. That feels okay. That feels okay. Eliodar Solach. How are we doing, fellas? Hey, we're doing good. Nice to have you back. You were here earlier, but you're back now. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Windowella says it's probably intentional to make red break out eventually. I guess you're right. Yeah, landing on a boat so that way they can eventually get out. That seems reasonable to me. Okay, you're right. I'm not gonna be sad about it anymore. And then Ellie Darch asks, hey Fix, where exactly are you living in America? I won't tell you exactly, but I've said many times on stream that I am from Idaho. So I live in Idaho. I live in the part of Idaho where you have access to skiing and hunting and all variety of outdoor fun activities. So it's really a beautiful place. I tell people all the time that Idaho is lovely, but I also want to make sure that people don't think that they should like you know, like I'm a little bit jealous of where I live, even though I live here right now. So maybe I'm envious of myself. I want to protect it. I want people to come and visit and have a lovely time, but I also want to tell people about it too much because I don't want people to think that it's like, oh, I should like sell all my belongings and move there. You could, you totally could, but you know, you'll have a nice time visiting more so than just moving here. How about that? Fire Blast, let's do this. It's gonna knock off 2 liches, two, and then 1 with 10 HP left. Let's hope for good morale. Not there. What about here? Didn't get it. We are gonna lose some of these rangers. Not once, but twice, 3 times. There's 1 instance of good morale. Even the 1 instance is still very, very nice. Happy for that. And then the 67, 65 rangers, they're going to finish off these power liches. Everybody else should be able to step up without any problems. At this point, I can just hit Q to end the battle, and I will. So 10 rangers down, 625 experience, not too bad. A prayer at the temple raises your morale for the upcoming fight. The gods bless you, so long as you continue to observe their traditions, whatever they may be. It reminds me of, funny enough, the Heroes 4 flavor text for the temples. I really like the one for the undead temple because it says that you give a little bit of your life to the gods at the temple and they promise you that you will win your next battle. They could be lying, but you won't know until it's too late. So that way they say, yeah, you're gonna win your next battle. And then if you win, you're like, great. It was correct. I was going to win my next battle. And if you lose, it's like, ah, man, should have expected that out of the god of death. Anyway, +3 attack. There's no guardians, which makes me think that this is actually a little bit scary. Maximus is really like on his way. Should Troyan go out of her way just to grab that? If there's a problem, there are 86 dwarves. She can probably do it. I'm going to let her give it her best shot. I believe in you. You can do it. Best of luck. Okay. And then red does get into the boat. Here's the question. Are they going to go north or south? The fact that it's Rathmont is actually really, really nice because if it's Rathmont, then this is not enough of a force to like defeat me if they do go south. The thing is this though, now that this boat is no longer under the control of green, it can be summoned by red. If they have a castle with summon boat or they picked it up from a shrine, then they can summon this boat back after Rathmont lands somewhere else. We'll have to wait and see what he does there. Gems for Troyan. About time we got those. And then this feels like a trap. It's not. As you are walking along a narrow path, a nearby bush suddenly bursts into flames. Before your eyes, the flames become the image of a beautiful woman. She holds out a magnificent sword to you. That's going to be +3 attack. Very nice. So we will grab that in just a moment or two. We will send that over to Maximus as quickly as we can. We're not going to go through sprites at the moment, it looks like. That just doesn't seem to be the best thing for me. For some of these fights, if these boards want to join me, I'm going to let them. I would let you join me. I'm not going to pay to have you join me. Take experience. Elves. Tell you what, let's ignore these elves for now. Let's go into the sulfur, because we do still need a sulfur mine. Glorious victory. Maybe the elves will join me. We could get a really nice force. This might be the time where this diplomacy just really pays off. We will see. At this point, we got about 12k gold. The gold mine was pretty valuable for us. And red doesn't land. They just pick up the flotsam and then they'll carry on their way. 24 of 48 elves. That's too expensive. 12k for 24 elves. That's just too expensive. Hate to see it, but that's just too much. The fireball is actually going to help this fight go much better. I wish I'd had my forces split, but if you want to leave room for the enemies to join you, then you do have to kind of gamble a little bit, even if it'll hurt you in the upcoming fight. 60 points of damage. Very good. It's going to be 2 rangers goes down. We get good morale here or here. Let's see. No, we do not. Down to 61. Rangers might get the good morale. They do not. Okay, we're just gonna have to take a bit of a beating. At this point, there's no issues. I could just sit right here, and then I I think I just hit Q to end the battle. Unfortunately, because these elves have vexed me so, because they have made this such a struggle on my part, I'm going to feel obligated to see this fight to the very end. 12 Rangers, how did I do even worse? My goodness. Witch's Hut, I'm going to step on this just because I want to know what it is for future heroes. Eagle Eye it is, not too big of a deal. Not too big of a deal. Iliadart, hey, thanks for giving out the community sub. It's nice to have you there supporting the sub. Supporting the group. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. Hopefully, so you were like, oh, he's from Idaho. Yeah, okay, I like people from Idaho. Is that what happened? I don't know. Let's take the experience at the moment. Horde of Veteran Pikemen, please join. I will take this. 26 out of 51 for this amount of gold. I will take it. We don't have much gold left, but I will take that for now. Leprechaun offers the Medal of Distinction, 2,500 gold, 3 crystal. I will accept that. No, we are short on the crystal. I might even trade for that. I can reach here to trade for it. I will do that. So ignore the peasants for now. What do we need? 1 and 2. Let's just trade like this. A little bit of crystal, a little bit of wood, a little bit of ore. And this is going to be... Oh, I don't have the gold for it either. You know what? Maximus doesn't need it. We've already got the expert leadership. This is actually not a critical artifact. I'm going to continue on my way. Thanks for nothing. And we'll see where this goes from here. Wars are defeated. We'll take the gold because clearly we're short on gold now that we spent it all on these pikemen. And let me get caught up on chat. As red lands. Perfect. Your demand says, I hope Rialdo attempts to enter the boat only to be defeated by red, thus getting the boat destroyed. That would have been perfect if he had made it back. At this point, though, I mean, Rathmont has put himself in a bit of a pickle. You can't deal with the Hydras. Why is he here? You can't escape here. There's not enough room. I don't know what Rathmont thinks he's doing, but this is maybe the best case scenario for me, as far as I'm concerned. I like that. I like that. And Boreaser, my Weeble stuff right from the time of the Flash player. That's ancient window Ellis's. I'm so glad people remember that. That makes me very happy. The people are like, oh yeah, Weeble stuff. That was some good stuff. Yeah, we should. Oh man, I feel like I need to go and explore that a little bit and just revisit all of the fun stuff that were out there because there was some good stuff. But it is ancient. That is like the very beginning of the internet. That is like that is from the 20th century, folks. That is from the 20th century. Ricky Kings, what game is this? Hey there, nice to have you here. This is Heroes of Might and Magic 2. So Heroes of Might and Magic is a long and storied franchise with wonderful community members, and it's also full of fantastic strategy, turn-based gaming. And Heroes 2 is my personal favorite in the series. It's got beautifully aged graphics and sprites. It has engaging depth and tactical play. And overall, it is a really fun time. So if you'd like to stick around, please do, because I enjoy this game, and hopefully that wears off on you. Folks, I am not looking forward to lots of ghosts. We've got 6 defense. The Rangers are going to get focused in. If I do this, knowing that the ghosts are not going to join me because they're hard-coded in the game not to join you. If I do this, I'm going to get the opportunity. I will prevent damage onto the Rangers, and I think the rest of my forces can just simply brawl it out. Let's go into group formation. I know. Dangerous pastime. And let's just try and keep the Rangers alive. These losses look fine. I do want to see how the AI fights this fight, though. Given that I put this on group formation, I think that one ghost is going to go right here. Tell you what, let's just do the one single fire blast. Let's do a fire blast just to make this go even better. And let's do auto combat. What are you doing? You're insane. They set that up so perfectly for you. Oh, and then they did that. That was unexpected. I mean, because you still took the loss one way or the other. I just didn't expect the AI to do it like that. Huh. Of course, the Fire Blast did help, right? It was a little bit extra, but it was surprising. I did not think that the AI would move the champions out of the way, because either way, the top stack of Ghosts was going to get in there. And either way, the swordsmen were going to be able to step up and really stop the Rangers from getting attacked. One way or the other, it was going to be fine, but that was just surprising to me. That was very surprising. 420 experience, okay. And we'll go with the ballistics. Gold is still important. Let's go with the gold. And folks, it's a pack of champions. What do you think? I think that we're going to wait one more day. We're going to find other opportunities. We're gonna get as much gold as we can anywhere else on the map. We will come back for this pack of champions and give them the opportunity to join us later. Mummies want to run. I'm gonna fight them for the experience. Dwarves, I'm gonna actually leave room in the army for the dwarves as we go back to grouped formation or spread formation. Because if the dwarves join us, we've got, I don't know, we could make an army of dwarves. That could be useful for us. For free? Nope. Just experience. 2,000 gold. And we will see if the Rangers will join us first thing in the morning. Weird Man says, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, a high fantasy turn-based strategy game. That's a great way of putting it. Much more succinct than what I did. Roman says, as European folk, I do not know much about Partive. I don't even know what that is, so I don't know either. It's a good question. Weird Man says, as you are walking along a narrow path, the description says, and coincidentally, the artifact was placed at the end of a narrow path. Here, storytelling amongst the artifacts. That's cool. I really like that. I like that. Roma says, particular states and the differences between them. Oh, so you don't know the difference between particular states and the differences between them, but world famous potatoes, that's what life is about. Tell you what, it doesn't hurt that I am of Irish descent, like vaguely Irish descent. At this point, I'm definitely an American. Like, let's not have any questions about that. But it's nice to know that I, as someone with Irish heritage, am where the potatoes are often in abundance. I think that's perfect. Perfect. Could not have planned that any better. Okay. And yeah, Stuntman Mike is the one that was given the subscription from Iliadarp, so that's perfect. Watching your streams quite frequently while being sick with COVID, on my flight to holiday, and regularly to fall asleep. Thank you for the streaming. Hope the community grows big. I really appreciate that. The community grows big because nice, wonderful people like to be a part of the community. I gotta say, I'm really grateful. Hopefully my level of positivity wears off on other people and it makes other people want to be here. That's my goal. That's my hope. And honestly, so far, so good. I think that that's actually working out. So thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for wanting to be a part of it. I'm really grateful that you find the time and you find the value in being here. There's a lot of wolves. It says we're going to win. This terrain is lovely. Have you noticed? 2 hex creatures. You can't slip through here. You got to go all the way around. I think what this means is we're going to try and set all these forces in this area, and then we're going to have the veteran pikemen take the damage from the wolves one by one. And as the wolves get a little bit more close together, we will probably start to fire blast them into oblivion. That sounds good. Let's do that. Step to here. These wolves are so scary. Oh my gosh. The paladin is left out to dry. He can't get into the relative safety of this little alcove. Should he just go and do some damage? I think he ought to. But first, let's do this fire blast. It's gonna be 4 wolves dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. Very nice. And hopefully we can do that again and again. Because of that fireball ability, I don't actually want to leave the paladin up here. It'll peel off a wolf. That'll make it harder to kill wolves one by one. I think I just need to have this guy have a valiant final stand and just do his best. 1 wolf goes down. 3 wolves goes down total. Very good. And then the swordsman will step down. Pikemen will step to right here. And they're going to be my door. Hold the door. Hold the door. Then again, I suppose if I start to attack here with the swordsman, there's going to be 2 opportunities to attack swordsman. 1 here, 1 here. But you need the damage. And then this way you get wolves and pikemen able to attack. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have the master swordsman step up and do a bit of damage here. It's still going to be rough to get out of this fight, that's for sure. I think that this stack of wolves is going to attack here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, this top stack needs to take the damage because they're probably going to attack the swordsman in just a moment. The champions are going to be sitting pretty, ready for future fights. 1 additional wolf goes down. I will be hurting my own paladins. Oh, they survived. I can't believe that they survived. Huh, that's crazy. But I was correct. Wolves going to the swordsman. Okay. Okay. They survive just long enough. And then I do need to get the damage off with these pikemen. Not once, but twice. I can kill 1 wolf here, or I can just attack here without taking a retaliation. I'm going to let this 1 master swordsman take this retaliation from here. And I actually don't want to destroy this full stack of wolves. I think I want to just work on... I want to work on the stack of 9 at the moment. 9 down to 5. They're still going to kill the swordsman. Maybe they won't now. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Oh, they did. But then this way, I want to have like 1 or 2 wolves here and 1 and 2 wolves here, so that way the rangers can get all their shots off without there being too many other issues. Maybe I can actually step up here. Step up and then step up. Let's do that. So we attack here, attack here. This tree and these, this terrain is just lovely. Absolutely beautiful. And so the 5 champions are going to kill maybe 2 wolves, maybe 3 wolves. There's only 1 HP on this top stack. And so we actually want to start to work on these other wolves. Don't kill this one with the rangers because you might kill the full stack. Work on the stack of 11. And in that way you're, ooh, we're going to kill 3 to 5. And they're going to get to go first. So if I attack here, they will attack me back. We're just going to step right here. Okay. And that's going to be 1 more turn that we don't have to worry about damage. I'm going to just skip on the pikemen. Again, the rangers are killing a couple of wolves every time. 2 to 4. We'll minimize damage this way if we just continue to skip. 5 wolves are going to get in here. I will take the damage. Doesn't feel great, but I'll take the damage. If I go out and attack, I will kill most of the stack. But there's going to be 7 left. Chance of good luck is impossible. If I attack here, then the wolves can't get into the rangers. All right, at some point you just have to be bold and brave. We did our defensive stats. We're going to lose 1 champion, hopefully not 2. There was a 2nd champion. 3rd? 2 champions goes down, 25 on the top stack. The veteran pikemen just have to sit right here. They can't be bold and dangerous. 1 to 2 more of the wolves, down to 4, not too bad. 3 down to 1, retaliations. And folks, at this point it's all just a brawl. The terrain made this fight much better than it otherwise could have been, but still, I do lament the fact that we lost so many forces. Now that there's only 2 champions left, I don't know about taking this horde of rangers. I was trying to save the champions so I could go through in this area and maybe get into the crystal mine. We do have the alchemist lab. We're still going to be missing the crystal. Another week's worth of creatures. Probably going to be what we end up doing. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I do not love what just transpired. Despite my best efforts, that was still really, really bad losses. It will be worth the +1 mercury per day. Maybe it's not going to hurt me so bad because there is a trading post, but still, I wish that things could have been a little bit different. A little bit sad. A little bit sad. All right. On we go to a new day. McFall talking about the ghosts that were right over here. Yeah. Yeah. Ghosts everywhere. We are so dead. Or maybe they are so dead. Tough to say. Beardman says, remove group formation. We did it this time, but it was really important that you made sure that you told me that because we've all seen FixFox make an error or 2. What's Red gonna do? What? This is perfect. Red has removed this boat from the game. Rathmont has landed and now they're staying put. They did not move a single muscle. That feels great. Okay. 19 of the 37 Rangers want to join you for 7,400 gold. Rangers are about, what, 150 gold generally? You're going to get 20 of them? We're going to get half the stack for the full price? If you don't take these Rangers, you're also going to lose some Rangers. So not only is this 19 Rangers, you got to consider the Rangers that you would have otherwise lost. So let's consider this like 26 Rangers. For this price, I'll accept that. I will accept that. Is that mental gymnastics or what? I think it is. Windowella. Ghosts are the absolute most broken game design of all games created. That is the perfect use of that emote. I love that. Perfect. Well done. Thank you. Yeah. Is it good? Does it have its place in the game though? Let's consider that. Even though it is broken design, which I think we all agree with, do ghosts have a place in Heroes of Might and Magic 2? Maybe not in other Heroes games, but in Heroes 2, do they make sense? Do they work? I'm interested to know what you all find out, or what you all think on the matter. Because I could see people being like, yes, even though they're broken, they still deserve to be in the game. And I could also see people being like, no, not today, not ever. They never should be in the game. They have no place. I could see lots of different ways of looking at it. Let me know what you think. Voicer says, so I assume you are on the right side of Europe's most prevalent division, potato Europe versus tomato Europe. Yeah, I'm not in Italy. I'm definitely more of the potato European, I suppose. Yeah, So that's just about what grows, correct? Yeah, I'm definitely not in the Mediterranean sort of diet sort of area, if that makes any sense. So for better or for worse. And I don't drink alcohol, so I can't turn the potatoes into vodka. So I guess I lose out there a little bit, don't I? You come across a conjurer who begs to accompany you and your army a while for safety. You agree, and he offers as payment a copy of the Book of the Elements. We've got the expert wisdom. If we can get a nice summoning spell here, this artifact is actually really, really valuable. Doubling the effectiveness of summoning spells, that could be nice. Interesting that this was in the bottom corner. Worth noting that as soon as we clear out this area, folks, remember, we're going to town gate our way back home. So let's continue to clear this out. Let's probably step on this pack of champions. Hope that they join us. Let's make sure we get this artifact here. Let's see what else there is in this area before we go. And then we will go back home. Maybe that's when we actually finally clear out this corner. I don't know. Have you noticed, by the way, that there are these stone liths? A little bit interesting. Not sure what to expect out of that. A little bit surprising that those are there. Maybe that is the way that the red enemy can actually access our area. Who can say? Alrighty, time for the long journey back home and on to a new day. Roman's got to go. Good luck, Roman, to me, and good luck to you. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciated the time, appreciated the energy, and we will catch you around in the next one. Au revoir. You probably already left, but still, take very good care of yourself. Pack of champions. We've got 9k gold. Let's see if they join. 10 of the 19 will join. I'll accept this. Again, the rate's pretty bad, but this is the way that we're building our army at this current juncture. 4 dwarves. Maybe they'll join us for free. They do not. They are free experience. And we are continuing to hoover vacuum up the entire adventure map. There's a lot of opportunities here just for us to roll through this map. Pack of vampire lords, though. This actually might be a bit of a tough fight. Let's do the splits here. What if they join, though? What if they join for free? Hold on. You gotta see this. Huh? Pretty good moment. Okay. Group of vampire lords have a desire for greater glory and wish to join you. Do you accept? You better believe I do. That's 18. Even if I'm not going to keep them in my main army, which, I mean, I can because morale is not a problem. They're good to pair with these dwarves. I'm okay with everything I'm seeing here. This is just fine. Orc chieftains, we're going to take these losses. I probably didn't need to do that, but oh well. And then because Troyan is so very close, yeah, let's just have her pick up these halflings, it looks like. That's 81 halflings. I do want there to be a little bit of space in my army at the moment. I'm going to just let the Master Swordsman carry on with me. And after Maximus clears out this area, then we will consider where we go and what we do. Pikemen, not once but twice. We will go north to grab that. There's a golden bow. I never did pick up archery, so the golden bow is really, really useful to remove the ranged penalty when going through castle walls. I will grab this artifact from these mummies. Let's grab all this, and then let's head our way north and see what's from there. Very good. This is actually going exceptionally well. Steeson is in the chat. Hello, Steeson. Nice to have you here. Family is asleep. Time to watch some good old Fix Fox TV. Sir, it's a pleasure to have you here, as always. Are you well, Steeson? Have your children been making any Heroes of Might and Magic 2 maps as of late? I know that they have been quite prolific in their past days. Hopefully you are well. Hopefully they are fast asleep, having a really nice time. Thanks for being here. Welcome. Advanced Logistics. I do want to go through these fire elementals. This stealth shield for the +2 defense is exceptionally high quality. I'm not going to fight this fight. These losses actually look totally acceptable. Yeah, these losses look fine. I'll take that. A stone statue of a warrior holds a silver shield. As you remove the shield, the statue crumbles into dust. 9 attack, 8 defense, 7 spell power, 5 knowledge. We're doing good. We're doing just fine. I'm going to go through these mummies so I can pick up Master Swordsman potentially. Yeah, potentially. That gives Troyan something to do with her 2-speed creatures. And then on to a new day. Petro. Hey, Petro. Nice to have you here in the chat. Hey, thanks for the nice comments on the most recent Olden Era YouTube video, too, by the way. I appreciate that. Nice seeing you here as well. But the Ghost is kind of OP. I'm glad that you think that. If you didn't think that the Ghosts were OP, I would be like, are you sure? They're a good unit. I can't go wrong with them. I'm glad that when you get them on your side, I'm glad that they're on our side. But most of the time, they're just the worst thing to ever happen to anybody. Ah, goodness. Would you rather be a ghost in Heroes of Might and Magic 2 or be turned into a skeleton? You tell me. Glorious victory. The swordsmen did not want to join us. They wanted no part of us. Very interesting. Might as well clear out all this. McFall says, I can only recall anyone remembering ghosts as a fun, broken mechanic to play around with. Again, fun if they're on your side. They do feel pretty bad if you're up against them. I remember as a small child, I was playing the game and I realized my error. I realized why you don't mess with ghosts, and it came at some very sorry experience for myself. So hopefully that doesn't happen to anybody else anytime soon, but I do recall that happening to me at least once. Mummies, not going to be open to them joining me. Ogre Lords, not open to them joining me. If it's for free, I might as well. We're going to have a great secondary hero. Whoever leads these forces with these secondary forces are going to be exceptional. It's going to be Vampire Lords, Ogre Lords, Dwarves, Halflings. There's going to be some good stuff happening here in just a little bit. Do I need to worry about artifact slots? I don't think so. I think I'm fine. So, mummies, if they want to join me for free, 55 mummies, that's a lot of mummies. Through a clearing, we observe an ancient artifact. It's guarded by a nearby genie. We'll accept that. 17 halflings is the price. Seems fine. We will pick up the golden bow in just a moment as well. But yeah, McFall, I think that, I mean, it's more fun than anything. It adds flavor. Without having ghosts in the game, there is a component, there's a dimension of the game that is somewhat lost. So even though it's broken and they shouldn't be in most any maps, I do think it's nice to have them in some maps. That's my 2 cents on the matter, but let me know if that's kind of what you recall when you talk about them being a fun, broken mechanic to play around with. Window Ellis says, heck, make it so every unit works like a ghost and gets its units in its stack when killing an enemy. Demon Face, yeah. I think that game exists, but it's not Heroes of Might and Magic. What is that, like Pac-Man or something? I think that's closer to something like Pac-Man, actually, when I stop and think about it. I'm gonna dismiss these sprites just so I have room in this army. I want to pull the mummies in. Let's see if any of these forces will join. Come on, baby, big money, big money. 64 pikemen. Come on, baby, big money. We will accept it. 27 out of the 54 pikemen join us there as well. From here on out, I don't care if wolves want to join. They just don't get to. Pathfinding is up. Horde of Nomads. There's 3 stacks of Nomads, so I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to do this. I'm going to send the Master Swordsman back with Maximus, and Troyan is going to go get these 91 pikemen upgraded as soon as she can. And then, yeah, 1, 2, 4 stacks of Nomads. Very soon, I do think I'm going to go back across the pond to Blacksford, but this has been a very productive time, and I think that these forces on Troyan are going to be able to go through mummies, golems, and maybe we get to go through the stone liths and see what's on the other side. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Diplomacy on this scenario actually feels really, really nice. I do enjoy this. This feels good. So, given that we're about to teleport back home, I'm going to send my forces to here. We're just going to be waiting for Maximus's return. I'm almost kind of glad that there was no castle in this area, because that means that there's probably no castle in this area. And then as soon as these creatures get upgraded to here... Oh, hold on. Oh, Troyan can't even reach. Then we will head back the other direction. Wow, we might actually not even make it today. Yeah, we're not even going to make it back today. Goodness. Okay, that's 1 full additional day that we just kind of lose. Do I bring back any of these forces? We're going to get to the point very, very quickly that we can get the crystal necessary to get the Crusaders. We're not going to have room in the army. I think that Troyan is grateful to have this ragtag group of forces with this lovely morale bonus. She'll go pick up this... Hold on. She's going to grab this Medal of Honor for Maximus, and she's going to go back to grab this Medal of Distinction to kind of offset having such terribly poor morale. Troops of 4 alignments and some undead in the army. If we can get this down to just -1 morale, she actually could be exceptionally useful. So let's just spend the time. Green summons a boat. 2 boats, maybe 2 boats. And we will bid Maximus adieu. Safe travels in your journey home. Goodbye. Man, that's so much better than sailing. All right, cool, very good. So Troyan, off you go, collect your morale, and then go through those lists for me. Meanwhile, back at home, Flint is going to tell Maximus about their adventures. It's like, man, we fought like a dragon or something. Maximus is going to be like, did you really? Is that why you lost all your troops? It's like, no, it was actually just a stack of wolves. It was 1 group of wolves, and we got absolutely torched. It's so sad. We got 7k gold. These forces are absolutely big enough with these 185 veteran pikemen. These are enough to, if these guys are going to join me, they will just join me outright. Let's not spend any more gold. Let's pick up the well. Let's just go to right here. I'm going to wait one more day to make sure I have enough gold in case these creatures want to join me, and then we will continue on our way. Did you just Dimension Door? Oh my gosh, folks, Dimension Door is on the table. Did you just see that? This Jezebel hero picked up Wisdom and a 5th level Mage Guild with Dimension Door in it. You are kidding me. You are kidding me. You know what that means? That means that now we need to roll for Dimension Door in Blacksford as quickly as possible, more so than getting into the... Wow, more so than getting into the Crusaders. I think we need to get a 5th level Mage Guild. That's insane. That's crazy. Let's see, Troyan, she can make it back to the trading post in just a minute. Maximus has got to go in this direction anyway. Neither of the creatures wanted to join me over there. Wolves finally do. About time. But, oh my goodness, that is a huge development here. If we see Jezebel, we need to be absolutely scared. Unless Kastore has something to say about it. Hopefully they fight right here. Hopefully we actually get to see this titanic struggle. I'm very excited to see that. Season says, you don't drink alcohol? Well done. You would be a very rare gem in Denmark. My brother died from it. He was the one introducing me to Heroes 1, by the way. I miss him. I'm so sorry. So sorry about that, Steeson. Like, yeah, no, I tell you what, I don't drink because I know that if I start drinking, I won't stop. I am predisposed to addictive behaviors. I just know that about myself through other sad and sorry experience. So I know that if I start drinking, I will never stop. So I've just never started drinking, and I never will try it. I have had several people who I do consider friends, and they've kind of goaded me and chided me and said, hey, why don't you just try it? Like, you'd be so fun if you were just a little bit tipsy or a little bit buzzed. And they mean well, and I don't feel sad because they want to see me under the influence, but they do have to understand that no, it's really far too dangerous for me to ever start. Doesn't mean I feel any sort of way about other people drinking, but just for me, it's not my thing. Not my thing. And Patro's nice. Streamer's luck. Streamer's luck for all of these fights and for all these joins. I mean, literally every force in here, luck, 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 luck. This is too massive an army. That's too crazy for me. Can't even believe how lucky we are. Okay, +1 crystal. All right, folks, this is the streamer's luck moment. Mage Guild level 5. Cast your bets. What do you think it's going to be? What do we got? Not bad. Resurrect True. It's not bad. It's not a summon, which we could use very effectively with the artifact that we picked up earlier, and it's not a Dimension Door, which would be exceptional because we could actually use it, right? But Resurrect True, I will definitely take that. That can be very valuable for these knights. We've already got really high defense anyway with 8 defense. I will take it. I will be happy to go grab that in just a moment or two. As soon as we come back. Whoa. Maybe our veteran pikemen wish that we already had that? Question mark? I don't know. I'm going to spend the time on the slow, though, and see that again. Steve says, my kids don't like horsing around in Heroes 2 like their old man anymore. Unfortunately, they've moved on. Well, kid-friendly games, I suppose. Is it like, I don't know, is it like Roblox or something? Tell you what, I've never played Minecraft, never played Roblox, but I've got my nieces and nephews. They do sincerely enjoy those games. So I almost feel like I ought to give it a try just in honor of them. For me, though, when it comes down to it, I mean, I've really thoroughly enjoyed Factorio, which in many ways is kind of my stand-in for Minecraft. It just seems to work pretty well for me anyway. I understand if there's a lot of differences there, but, you know, we all tend to find our games, and I think that different generations tend to enjoy different games as well. I definitely don't fault them for that. 11k gold. Come on, Rangers. Glorious victory. Wow. Nobody's joining me. Nobody's joining me. Mixed Fox Wife says that Nancy Drew is a great choice. That's my wife's favorite game. Nancy Drew is a book character who goes around and solves mysteries, and my dear sweet wife absolutely loves her Nancy Drew games. She likes the mystery, but she also likes the story. So similar to Fix Fox, she enjoys the story element of her video games. Hello, Fix Fox Wife. Nice to see you there, my dear. We will take out these Rangers. Oh boy. At this point, we're just going to hit Q. We're going to end this battle as such. 1 veteran pikeman goes down. Not too bad. Wards want to join. We say no. We will instead take the experience and so on and so forth. as soon as we have this crystal mine, I think all of our problems are going to be solved. We did trade there with Troyan. We could get some more dwarves. These archers' houses we never did pick up. We never did pick those up. Maybe we should have grabbed those before we left. Probably. Weird that there's a road here and here. This is like a little village, I suppose. Well, we'll head in this direction with Troyan. She's about to do some fighting for the first time in her life. I think that these 18 vampire lords, even though we have no attack and no defense, I think that they can still drain tank many of these forces, many of these fights. Nice to have the steel skin. That'll actually help us do that pretty well as well. On to a new day. But yeah, Nancy Drew, that's her favorite game. That's the game that she likes to play. Windowella says, I have way too many creative ideas for alcohol to ever be in my bloodstream. Oh, you see, I know people that they say, well, I don't drink because I don't trust myself when I'm under the influence. They don't trust themselves that they won't say something silly, which I understand that. I understand that. It's, hey man, it's always your reputation on the line every single moment of every day. But you're saying that you don't want to take yourself away from those creative thoughts. Which culture was it? There was a culture out there that they said that you should consider an idea both drunk and sober, and if it was a good idea when you were sober, then you had to make sure it was still a good idea when you were drunk, and vice versa. Does anybody recall ever hearing that? I'm not sure which culture that is, but maybe that's just a saying that was an opportunity for people to enjoy a little bit of drinking. But anyway, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I have an approximate knowledge of many things, but you would think I would know more about that. And Steeson says, speaking of Heroes 1, I have a deep, true nostalgia for the Heroes 1 game. It was the true Heroes game to me. The gameplay sucks to me nowadays, but the game rules are nice, and therefore, I am currently building a Heroes 1 themed map for y'all to be horsing around on. It will become a balanced, competitive map. You know, it actually, I don't know. Balanced competitive map for Heroes 1, it might be the best opportunity to have a strictly skill-based game in a Heroes Might and Magic. It could be, I'm not sure. I actually don't know. But balanced skill-based map, kind of interesting. Folks, with the temple, these fights are much more doable than they were before. We might just attack, defeat these forces, and go get more luck. We might just go back and forth to make sure nothing too bad happens there. Windola says, no, I'm saying that I have too many creative ideas. All my creative ideas are not good. Oh, that is different. But still, creativity is whatever creativity works the best for you, though. Yeah, whatever frame of mind is best for you. I just want you to be happy and creative. I imagine that you're going to have the best time with that anyway. Finally, it only took us until level 18, but folks, we've picked up Expert Diplomacy. It's a little bit too late for that. There's been some times where I feel like with the Expert Diplomacy, we would have had some troops join us, and that would have been even better for us, but as it stands, I'm still grateful for finally having it. And with this gem mine, finally, we're going to continue on in this direction. We will grab this, and with one precious resource each, do I need to go into this area, or is it time for me to just simply set off? There are hordes of pikemen and other creatures. I think it's time to send Ambrose up here to actually help. And so we can get maybe pikemen to join us, not once, not twice, but thrice. Crusaders, yes, it's time. It's time. Another trip to the temple. Iron golems wish to run, we shall let them. Pikemen want to run, we shall let them. And it looks like this stone lith mirrors that of the one on the other side. So we actually have access to the enemy's other side. We're going to have Troyan sit here for now until I'm positive that no enemies are going to come streaming through this area. We will simply have to wait because I just don't want there to be any problems. Red is heading south. A good hero, bad hero, but a hero nonetheless. Okay, all right. Troyan's going to go and pick up this treasure. It's too important, too valuable, too exciting. And then she will sit on this lip. Obsessive Repulsive, what's up, my guy? How the heck are you? Obsessive Repulsive, you didn't miss nothing. Didn't miss nothing. We're just playing some Heroes of Might and Magic 2 and having such a good time. Folks, hey, how do I shout people out? Do I just do exclamation point obsessive repulsive? Is that how that works? How do I shout people out? You can tell how much I know about Twitch if this is what I do. Anyway, I did the best I could. Folks, if you don't know, Obsessive Repulsive is one of my favorite folks. I first came upon Obsessive Repulsive when they were doing their Worthless Hero run in Heroes of Might and Magic 2, in which case they had a system of rules where they had to figure out the very worst hero that they could make in the game, and they did a lovely job of making some really awful heroes. You know, people with like no stats and, I don't know, mysticism and eagle eye. It was a really cool challenge, really fun personality, much spicier. Obsessive Repulsive, is it bad for me to say that you're a spicier individual than I am in the best possible way? Anyway, big fan of Obsessive Repulsive, does a lot of retro gaming. Go check them out. I'm always a fan of them. So, how the heck are you doing? How the heck are you doing? And Steeson says, can't have done it before. My map editor patches gets done. Have to be able to ban both Necromancer and Wizard heroes, towns, and creatures. Oh, so you're going to make the map in Heroes 2 like it's Heroes 1. Oh, I like that idea. I think that's a good idea. Then you're going to get the very, very best of both worlds. That's similar, though, is it not, to what the Secession Wars mod has done for Heroes 2? You are able to play Heroes 2 essentially in Heroes 3. I don't dislike it. I think it's not I think it's a good idea. I'm glad that people are doing it, but that's basically the same thing. Is that kind of what we're doing there? Let me know. Let me know. Obsessive says, I'm spicier, but you're the superior player. Thank you for the kind words. Oh, that's sweet of you. Hey, you've always been a nice person to have around. It's always nice I can stop in and have a word with you whenever, just to check in with you, see how things are going for you. So that's all the kindness we need in the world. Giving people of our time, that's maybe the most kind thing we can do. Thank you, I appreciate it. Very, very kind words. Let's see. I think there's that dimension door again. Are we gonna want to go through these liths and surprise the enemy in this area? Or are we best suited to go up the river and then attack our foes? I kind of want to attack our foes directly. I've definitely got the superior fighting force, even with just these being the tier 3 creatures for the knights, folks. 181 veteran pikemen backed up by these stats. Like, we are exceptionally good. We are so very good. I think that we've already won the game through diplomacy. I don't think we need to do much else to really make this fight go our way. So here's the deal. We're gonna continue in this general area. We're gonna maybe get some other creatures to join us. I don't think that it's going to be worth our time to really focus on obelisks. But maybe the time will come, and I don't know. I think I'm tough enough. I can even just defeat red outright. I don't think I have to go defeat green first. So let's actually speed click through this map. Let's get our synovial joints fluid, and let's click as quickly as we can, because I think that I know my strategy. I don't think that there's much else we need to do except for just click fast and get to the point where we can kind of finish this game off. I'm gonna send Ambrose. Oh gosh. Into a boat? I might send Ambrose into a boat. This might be an opportunity to upgrade these pikemen for free. We'll take the gold here. Join. 13 Crusaders joined for free. We'll take it. And another 41 of the veteran pikemen. Very nice. I will go to this area. Ambrose is going to give me a little bit more room, so maybe paladins will join me. I don't know. Maybe green is going to continue to fight red. That'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting. Week of the Tortoise. Good. I will take the Crusaders on my way. And then, do they join? Nope, it's Glorious Victory. We lose 5 of the veteran pikemen. A visit to an alchemist who, upon seeing your army, is swayed by the righteousness of your cause. The newly loyal subject will give you endless pouches of sulfur to help with the war effort, plus 1 sulfur per day. We're also going to pick up this Tree of Knowledge, a mere 10 gems for 10k experience. We will take it. I'm going to take the Pathfinding. We're going to have no issue in the swamp from here on out. I don't really care about the Cyclopes. Even this horde of Rangers, I don't think I really mind at this point. Tell you what, let's just go straight to Blacksford via Town Gate. It's funny how we actually beat Ambrose here. Like it. I like it. We are now close enough to purchase a boat and just get into the boat. I'm gonna do that right now. Spells are not really gonna matter. We could have taken a full extra day to step on the magic well and then get into the boat. I just don't think it's gonna be that useful for me. Let's have Flint to here. Hero chain over. If I've got the gold, I don't have the gold. I simply do not have the gold. It's a free upgrade for 123 Pikemen. That's too much. That's too much. We're going to maybe... Oh. we're going to use our main hero to see if there's any other opportunity that we want to take advantage of. So we're actually just going to land up here. Maybe the Rangers will join us. I don't know. We will see. But this will give us a little bit of time to get these forces into a boat and across the way. And then we'll do some resupplies in Blacksford after we get the crystal to upgrade the champions. Let's do that. Let's do that. Lots of magi. I mean, we can defeat this force. The losses are, hopefully we just lose wolves. And then we will get access to this boat. Let's do that. Ouch. 6 crusaders. Let's do even better though. And let's see, Rashed, winning a game with diplomacy in Heroes of Might and Magic, that never happens. Hey there, nice to have you here. You know what? In Heroes 2, it's a little less common than in Heroes 3, but you know, I mean, it's really fun to see a nice diplomacy game take off for you. That's maybe my favorite thing. Folks, with no spells, by the way, I don't think I could fight this fight any better. We'll take the 6 Crusader losses. It'll suck, but we'll just accept that we're gonna have a real bad time with that. We'll get into the boat, hopefully get the resupply. We'll have Troyan. He's got to stay here because I don't want Jezebel to get into my backline. I just don't want her to have access to this area. So Flint kind of came up here for nothing. But as McFall says, it seems we are entering the end game. We're in the end game now. But Maximus is going to spend the time. Rangers? Nope. Thought they would join. They chose not to. Very sad. We're still pretty far away from experience for the next level. Then again, after we go through these Archmages, oof, 22 Rangers is too many. After we go through these Archmages, we should be a little bit better off. We got the Resurrect True. We're going to end up using that. I will let the Rangers take their damage, and then at the very last moment, we will do the Resurrect True. That's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Okay. Here. And 1, 2. Okay. Resurrect True, and we'll hit Q, and there'll be 2 veteran pikemen go down. Picking up the obelisk, not too bad. Back into the boat you go, sir. Meanwhile, Ambrose shall do the same. I wish I could kind of hero chain with Troyan, but I so very much don't want her to step right there. This should be enough time for me to get into the boat, go to here, pick up something from Flint, and in about 5 days, maybe at the beginning of the next week, we'll be able to set sail. And that'll be the very end of our opponents. If you notice, I don't typically play at the fastest speed possible. I don't typically go for the shortest amount of time, right? Because we played a lot of the campaigns for Heroes of Might and Magic 2 as a one-shot, I really got into the habit of building up an unstoppable force against the enemy, something that they just simply couldn't resist. And that does take longer. That doesn't necessarily let you speed run through the game, but it does prevent you from running into issues where you might make a mistake and then trip at the very end. So for better or for worse, this is taking a little bit more time than I would generally prefer, but it's just habits that have been built up over time. We are dismissing these peasants so that we can jump into these archers. They're going to slow us down a tiny bit, but this is going to be a bunch of archers. This is going to be 39. It's going to be 87 archers. I will go out of my way just to grab this stables real quick. That might be enough to save me some movement points. In just a moment, we'll pick up this magic well for max spell points. It's day 6. Oh. You're a bad person and nobody likes you. You're a nobody. Oh my gosh, Rialdo's a nobody, but with Dimension Door, instantly I'm slightly scared. I can't help it. There's just something about that level of movement that really irks me. Absolutely terrifying. Goodness gracious. When did the barbarians learn to use such spells? Okay, so we'll see where Rialdo goes. Hopefully some other hero can track him down. It's not gonna be Ambrose though. Let's defeat everybody else. Let's hold on to our main castle and then just kind of see where this takes us. Obelisks, okay, whatever. It's gonna take my sawmill from me. Okay, whatever. And maybe, talked about maybe going straight for red. Maybe the best thing to do is actually going to be to go for green because I know that they've got Dimension Door in their main castle. That might be the best thing to do, actually. That might be the best thing. If they've got Dimension Door, I want to counteract that with a Dimension Door of my own. Folks, do you want 21 Crusaders in the army or do you want Rangers and Champions? That's a lot of Crusaders. With the Resurrect True, 400 hit points at a time. I think that the Crusaders are the best bet here. I think that they're definitely the best bet here. We will trade as we send our boys off to war. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, our ladies and our gentlemen, because there are rangers in the army. With 4,500 gold, we'll purchase a couple of these other rangers. Just send them. Just send them. Okay. So, as soon as we can get Flint here, we're going to see our final army. It's going to be, oh, excuse me, Ambrose here. We're going to set sail with 12 attack, 8 defense, 8 spell power, 7 knowledge, 70 spell points, level 5 spells due to the expert wisdom. We have expert pathfinding to deal with the swamp. We got logistics, so we're going to be fairly fast, and the leadership and the luck is maxed here. We have 93 rangers, 25 of the champions, 335 veteran pikemen, 28 of the crusaders, and 16 of the master swordsmen. These veteran pikemen are going to be just about unstoppable. And so I'm very excited to see them go and have fun. While I could take the time to go and chase down Rialdo, I just don't think I care that much. We are going to make sure that Flint has just a few extra forces. I'm going to trade just a tiny bit of resources. He needs more than just one veteran pikeman. That would let me fall prey to a single lightning bolt a little bit too easily. So let's just do 18 peasants and spread them out just like so. Okay. Alrighty. And until we get more gold, we will just sit here. We will wait here. And Ambrose, I don't know what you want to do. Maybe you land and maybe you take this gold mine back. And let's go do some damage. McFall says, oh, McFall already said that, yeah, we're in the end game. We definitely are. Steeson says, by the way, yeah, played the Heroes 1 campaign in the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Secession Wars, but it was kind of weird, in your opinion. Some crazy dude even retreated the Heroes 1 campaign square by square, one by one, in the Heroes 3 editor. Wait, he recreated the entire game? Piece by piece? That's cool. That's more cool to me than anything. That's wild. Huh. I tried to recreate in FHeroes2 Broken Alliance from Heroes 2, and that was difficult. I can't even imagine how that would be, doing what you're talking about there. That's crazy. So you can actually play the entire H1 campaigns all the way through with the archery speciality hero from Castle. It's amazing. What a weird experience. I wish I could meet the creator and call him a nerd to his face. It's probably best you don't do that. Steeson, you can't just call people nerds and get away with it. You can't do that, sir. Okay. Rialdo's tough. Here he comes. We only have 1,700 gold. Let's get rangers so we have some ranged damage to help make sure things go well. With 110 gold left, let's just sit, let's wait, and let's see where this goes from there. I got a new follow, Banana Carrot 1. Thanks for the follow, nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. We're playing some Mire Straits from Heroes of Might and Magic 2, having a real good time. Starting off as a knight faction, the enemies rolled as the barbarians, but the barbarians have gotten wise, and they have used the evil necromancers to get some diplomacy, and most importantly, to get some dimension doors. So we are struggling with them at the moment. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, on to the next day. Will that hero try to attack me? It looks like they don't. They summoned a boat. Oh, I kind of wish... Oh my goodness, thank goodness I got back into the boat. Ambrose is going to take out this hero immediately. We're going to have a chance. It's split, split. This is good. Yeah, even if you have devastating spells, I got 47 battle dwarves. You can't stop me. Can we prevent the enemy from running? We will have to wait and see. Steeson says, oh, you'll call him a nerd to his face, and then you'll give him a handshake like Schwarzenegger does to his strong black friend in Predator. Carl Weathers? Yeah. Dude, Carl Weathers was the man. That guy was such a... what a fun actor. That guy exemplifies 80s movies for me personally. And I'm very glad that... Sorry to hear that he passed away not too long ago, actually, but very glad that he had such a prolific acting career. I think that I wonder what his last movie was. We have to Google that real quick. Sorry, folks. Carl Weathers' last movie. His last movie was Toy Story 4, where he voiced the Combat Carl character. That's kind of a letdown. He's got all these like high intense movies. Maybe though, that makes him proud. Maybe that makes him happy. I think it was Raul Julia who played like Gomez Addams in the Addams Family. I believe that his last movie was Mortal Kombat. No, it was Street Fighter. He did Street Fighter because he wanted to have something for his kids. His kids really liked Street Fighter, so he wanted to provide them with something that they could love and remember him by. Maybe Carl Weathers was something similar. Maybe he had family and he just thought that would be a really fun project. But very cool, very cool. Rashed says, oh, thank God I wasn't the only one who thought of the Avengers. Ah, okay, well, there you go. We're in the end game now. There we go. There we go. Window Ella says, Dimension Door is like putting on some slick shades. The ladies love it. My dear sweet wife does not get it. Hey, honey, I got Dimension Door in Heroes of Might and Magic 2. It's great, Fix Fox. Good job. Don't care. I'm sure that somebody cares. Somebody cares. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to do something silly. There's a boat here. There's a boat there. I'm going to land where there's another boat, because I don't think it matters that much to me. I'm going to start to explore with this secondary hero. Sure, we could try and get the archers upgraded to rangers. I don't think it matters. But this gives me an opportunity to do just a little bit more exploring, which is going to be very nice. Oh, and immediately enemies are coming for me. Vesper and Kastore. Lots of red dragons, a few black dragons. A few red dragons here. Well, because I don't want them both to come here, I'm just going to get back into the boat. That way I'll scuttle at least one of the boats. At least one of the boats will be scuttled. All right, folks, this is it. This castle is absolutely 100%, no ifs, ands, or buts. This has Dimension Door in it. This Jezebel hero is about to get hit with an absolute truck. I'm hoping that she has seen the throng. Maybe, oh, it's a swarm of veteran pikemen, and just said to herself, what am I even supposed to do against that? I'm very excited to see how that goes. I don't know how the enemy's going to lose a red dragon here. I don't want to find out. I'm just going to accept it. We don't got time for silly fights like this. We got a big fight here in the castle of Dragadoon, folks. It's me against Jezebel. Let's see how this goes. It's not even a fight. Let's make this go way, way better. So Jezebel's stats, she has got, it looks to me, 17 attack, 9 defense. Oh my goodness, I don't have enough artifact slots. I should have gotten rid of some artifacts just so I could have spent the time to take whatever she has. 17 attack, she is definitely juicing. She's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. She is definitely on the juice. So artifacts are in there that we have to take from her. These forces are not going to be a problem. I'm going to hope that we can break through the wall here maybe. Looks like we can't reach with the Crusaders. I don't have a really good spell at the moment. We'll save the Resurrect True for whichever stack takes a bunch of damage. It's going to be 5, 8, 14 veteran pikemen. Okay, 1 Crusader goes down. 3 Crusaders total. They are currently going to get my Resurrect True if nothing else changes. Orcs go down. Oh, and I should have resurrected before then. This is the enemy's only castle insofar as I'm aware. You just surrendered. Sickening. Absolutely sickening. You know what's not sickening? Dimension Door. We're going to stay here overnight, then we will leave, and then the enemies will feel our wrath. Starting off right now. 1. Is there an enemy over here? We have to find out. We have to explore every ounce of this map. Okay. 2. 3 Dimension Doors. 4. And 5. That should be this corner here. Perfect. I'm satisfied that there's no other enemies in this corner. This seems fine to me. We'll head back for this magic wells with our next 2 Dimension Doors in the next 2 days. Very good. Is the green hero going to hop over with the Dimension Door? I guess Thundax is probably just going to Dimension Door his way over here, which is interesting to see. I'll do a little bit of exploring, just kind of into this area. I just don't want there to be any leftover heroes until I'm ready for them. Magic Well. Dimension Door down. Can I reach him? It's going to take me 2 Dimension Doors. I cannot reach him. I'm just going to have to stay right here. I'm anticipating he's going to try and get back to this castle, which is currently undefended. Let's hire Sabu. Are there any additional forces we could purchase here? Looks like yes. Must have been a new week, right? Perfect. Summons a boat. Might have summoned a boat right into my face. Can I reach? Nope. I have to Dimension Door right across, and then I can attack him. We shall. Enemy flees. And I'm anticipating that green has got to be almost done. Got to be almost done. Exhausted, as it were. Vesper, okay. Maybe I can reach? I can barely reach. I'll take the expert logistics. I will try and save these rangers. 17 rangers. I think I can save a couple of those. Let's actually let them take a little bit of damage, and then we'll figure out where we should Resurrect True before the enemy flees. Never mind. Okay. All right, that was despicable. But there is Gyre, the Castle of Gyre. Lots of red dragons there. I'm excited to see what they do there. Oh, you think you can beat me? Kastore thinks he can beat me. Let me think about this. I'm going to ignore him for now because I do want to get full spell points. 22 spell points. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to Dimension Door over the river so that he can't get to me. I wonder if there's like a lift that combines, or rather takes this side and kind of puts them together. Arie, let's fight this fight first. Let's take out the ghosts. Let's take out the red dragons. I think that this fight is... That's so many red dragons. 2 attack, 1 defense. We got 13 attack, 8 defense. All right, folks, this is going to be it. And I have no spell points because I used my last 2 spell points. There was a magic well right outside of this town, and I didn't take the time to pick that up. I didn't think this was going to be that big. I didn't realize how many dragons this was. All right, how do we fight this fight? We are vastly superior in our stats, but not in every which way. 69 Rangers is not actually going to be incredibly valuable. I don't want to send my champions right down the battlefield just to get swallowed up by 35 Minotaur Kings. I think I'm going to sit right here into this kind of defensive stance. If I sit right here, maybe I won't take an AoE damaging spell to the Rangers and to the champions. Right here. Okay, good thing we didn't cast a spell. That's not good. Holy crap, that's not good. Now I understand how I'm going to lose so many forces. So these Master Swordsmen have to take this hit from my own Veteran Pikemen. I have to sprint away from my own group of Veteran Pikemen so that they can do damage to everybody else. This is insane. And, well, if the Veteran Pikemen get good morale, then I get the good morale. I get to use them for the good morale. But, oh my word, this is not good. I can kill 2 to 4 of these red dragons. We need to start on these dragons. More so than any of these other forces, let's start to work on these dragons. Well, let's kill 2 to 4 here. We kill 3, and then 1. We lose 10. Oh, thank goodness we got good morale, because now we actually do get to attack the red dragons. We don't just simply lose our turn. We kill 6 to 8. Big moment. Big moment. Ghosts are out of the fight. I do want to stay away from these Hydras until I'm actually ready for them. I think I'm going to do way more value if I attack champions over here, anticipating that the dragons are going to like run over here and they will berserk me again. I'm going to try and put the champions far, far away from the Veteran Pikemen. Let's see if that works. Oh, it's just a curse? That's fine. This is my power stack. I will let you do that all day, every day. Let's kill most of these griffins. We'll kill a couple of the griffins anyway. 35. With the good luck, I think we kill the full stack. Pretty good. Yeah, and I will take the curse. I'm okay with being cursed because I'm still going to kill 4 dragons here. That's okay. That's fine. We do want to stay away from the Hydras, though. And again, though, we do want to stay away from my own Veteran Pikemen. 47 spell points left. This guy could totally just cast that again on me. I can kill 1 to 2 of the dragons right now. I don't think that they're going to berserk me again. Not again, anyway. We kill 3 dragons. Nice. Down to 5. There's the berserk. Where am I going to attack? Here or here? The AI didn't think about that now, did they? 1, 2. These guys do have good morale. It's possible that the Hydras will get good morale. 1, 2. So we want to sit right here. Could you imagine how much better this fight would be if I had any spell points? My word. I'm so silly. Why did I do this? I'm very glad that we attacked Arie instead of the main hero at this point then, actually. This could have been disastrous. I'm okay if they berserk me again. I think I'm going to skip on the champions. I'm going to take the retaliation from the Hydras with the champions, or with the Crusaders here, rather. Like so. We killed 3. We take a big retaliation. Okay, all right, I'll take that. Another 4 of these Hydras. We're going to kill 20 with the Pikemen. It's going to be a cold rate, and the enemy's going to flee. So, believe it or not, the losses are way better. Like, losing these forces feels horrible, but keeping the power stack of Veteran Pikemen around is worth the time. It's absolutely worth the time. Folks, Magic Well, wish we'd done that before. Brock, do not kill 23 of my champions. Oh my goodness. 5 spell power? It's gotta be, I don't know, what is this? Is this gonna be a berserk again? Is he gonna berserk me again? Maybe he berserks me and he gets good morale? This is about the most annoying spell I could have ever conceived. My goodness. Resurrect True. That's going to save some of the champions. We'll take out all of the gargoyles. Champions are going to stay far, far away. And I'm anticipating this guy's going to run. He does not. Okay. So we lose 13 champions, 2,500 experience. We don't have artifact slots. We do have artifact slots. Hold on. At the beginning of the new day, or the new week rather, we should start to try and find that one hero. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, I thought that we were at the end of the scenario. There's a lot of playthrough to be had still. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna wait for the new week, and then we're going to try and find Jezebel, because I think Jezebel is going to be a really nice hero if we can find them. If we can find them. Alrighty, let's see if Kastore can track me down. I'm betting that they can. We might need to. Oh, we might need to go back. Okay, Alamar, Croto. There's got to be like a teleporter right there. Why did Alamar just jump on me? It's so weird. Glorious victory. It looks like it's going to be massive losses. It's got to be another berserk, right? It's got to be another berserk. Could I slow my own forces? That'd be crazy. Anti-magic. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. Now let's see what you do. Watch as they berserk. That was what they was going to do. They were going to berserk me. I was going to get the good morale, and then they were going to step on me again. That's crazy. Insane. The morale and the berserk is actually working against me. I'm not going to spend... Let's see. Actually, I will. I'm not going to spend the spell points because I might need to clear out some enemies and then Dimension Door back onto this magic well. You can only use a magic well once per day. So for now, I'm going to do this. We'll take the advanced ballistics. Okay. Glorious victory. Okay, we'll take that. With 50 spell points left, I'm going to Dimension Door here. The magic well. I'm going to see if I can just get over the wall. There's a magic well over here. Let's not wait around. Let's go to here. Let's just stay alive. Let's now incorporate these forces from Troyan. After everything we've seen, you would think that we'd be in a better position than we are. I'm not sure. What a crazy deal. Windowella said, let's go on a crusade. Hey, those crusaders are now gone. They're all gone. So sad. Rished, Dimension Door turns nobodies into kings. I'm feeling quite kingly right now, and even so, the value that these red players have against me is incredibly high. It's far too high. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but the 21 Crusaders, God wills it. I mean, we're crusading against them, but my goodness, they are putting up a whale of a fight. Absolute whale of a fight. And Rished, the Pikemen pile can probably sweep the map on its own. I mean, it's funny because this comment is from several minutes ago when the stack was even bigger, and we have now seen that the enemy is pretty fearsome. They are doing some massive damage to us. We are absolutely struggling in the best way possible. This is, lest we forget, this is actually really, really fun. This is the fun part of Heroes of Might and Magic that we don't usually talk about, where it's not just easy to roll over your opponents. I thought we were going to roll over our opponents. Doesn't look like it's going to be that way much longer. Keep the rest of these forces. This is going to give me +2 morale. That's still pretty good. I'm going to have Troyan step off of the Lith, and I'm going to go through in this area. We haven't been in this area yet. I'm wondering if there's, I don't know, maybe there's a castle up here? There's got to be one more green player up here. This might be the end. It's at the end of green. Green player's been vanquished, folks. We did it. I will finally step on this Head of the Magi. Oh, you are kidding me. Do you see that? Well, that's a unique strategy. I did not realize that there was a Barrow Mound here until just now. That's insane. I saw that the enemy had ghosts. I guess I didn't know why they had ghosts. Interesting. And before, I thought that these areas were maybe connected by liths from this side to this side. I'm guessing not anymore. At this point, I feel like if the enemy was going to come across, we would have already seen them by this point. We haven't seen them. I don't think it's a problem. I think we're just fine. There is some more free stuff over here. I'm not going to go for sprites and anything like that, but let's pick up some of these stats. Archers. Maybe I just missed the champions and pick up some archers. We are really still very, very close to the end of this scenario. I don't know how many archers it would be. It's just a group. It doesn't tell me how many it would be. I don't know. But I'm satisfied that this is not actually a really great starting place to be anymore. Let's go back to Dragadoon. Sabu, take a step out. Back to Dragadoon it is. Let's make our final preparations, because I still think that with this new army, we can actually set off for the final frontier. Is there enough forces in here to join the army? Ogre Lords, perfect, good. And down we go. We're almost to the end. Rashad says, I think Carl's latest big role was the Mandalorian TV series. That was definitely the last big role he had, yeah. And probably, I don't know, I think a lot of people really enjoyed him in that. I gotta admit, I never did see the Mandalorian. Not because I didn't like it or I didn't think I would like it, I just never got around to watching it. So if you would recommend that I go watch the Mandalorian, let me know. Let me know. I was definitely a fan of the old Star Wars. Not so much the new ones, but I don't think that I am alone in that. I think many people did not truly enjoy the newest Star Wars movies. So, bit of a shame. Could you imagine being an actor or an actress and saying, I'm going to be in the new Star Wars, and you think it's going to be this amazing landmark sort of role, and then you get there and you realize, oh, this is not the best. That'd be a little bit devastating. Okay, folks. Time to do this. Even if we lose this fight, I'm still going to be happy. 60 spell points with these forces. I do want to put 7-speed champions here. It's going to be an anti-magic onto the veteran pikemen immediately. And I think we're just going to try and brawl it out. I don't know if Kastore's got exceptional forces or not. Or 4-1. He's got 17 spell power. Yeah, we're just going to anti-magic our way to victory, folks. And it says we're going to lose, but we're going to make this actually a win. Oh, plus 10 spell points, even better. Let's do this. Oh no, we lose. Psych. 35 dragons is a lot, though. That's a lot. Okay, and McFall says, meeting Vesper, I recall he's in Olden Era as a knight hero. Dude lived a long and varied life. So, and I think that Vesper, hold on. I think that Vesper and Agar are actually related. No, Valagar. Valagar is related. Valagar is the uncle of Agar. And Vesper... I thought that Vesper was related somehow. There's some deep lore there in Heroes of Might and Magic, and I need the deep lore. Like, recently somebody actually posted that to the FixFox Discord, and they posted the lore for some of the stuff, and it was really, really interesting, really, really cool. But I think that there's a lot of stories to be told still with Heroes of Might and Magic, and I would actually love it if they hired some professional writers. You know, is Ubisoft going to spend the money to do something that would be nice for the fans? Probably not, you know, if history has anything to say about it. Weird. But it'd be really cool if they actually did that. That way we could get some additional value out of these new opportunities. I think that there's a lot of new stories that could be told from this old game, funny enough. Rashad says it's really fun that the Olden Era brought back some of those Heroes of Might and Magic 1 and 2 characters. So who do we got? We got Battania for Sylvan. We've got Zam for the Necromancers. We've got Vesper. We've got, I think Galthran is going to be featured at some point from Heroes 3. It's easy to bring back the undead creatures because they're undead. They could last forever, right? I think that there's some other, there's definitely other ones I'm forgetting. Definitely some other ones I'm forgetting. But I don't think that there's a single dungeon hero that's back. For the dungeon faction in Olden Era, I don't think there's a single one that's back. We might have to check that out in a little bit. Windowella says that's a lot of red. This is a lot of red. There was also a lot of red in the other fight too. McPaul says, I'm always amazed seeing impossible difficulty games how you start with 0 resources and then overwhelm the enemy with 300 pikemen. Yay, so far so good. Eliadarch says, I think you need to reload. It's at this point it's way too late, but so far so good. Steeson says, pull out your Dragon Slayer sword and hand it to your golden brass armored crusaders. That would have been the way to go. That would have been the way to go. Wolvie D2G Mark says, let the dragon horde sneak up on you, or it snuck up on me. Yeah, it did. It totally snuck up on me. Could you imagine if those 35 dragons over there and these 35 dragons together joined forces? Oof, we would have been in real trouble. So yeah, glad that we didn't die. Windowella, kitten horns cause berserk spell on you when they die. Yeah, that was crazy. Kitten horns, they look cute, but they're actually the worst. Petro says, get them ghosts. I feel like I could have. I feel like you should in your playthroughs. I think that getting ghosts in your playthroughs are good. At this point, I don't think I have enough neutral creatures on the map to effectively farm them to a healthy stack. Could have been good. At this point, I think I got enough to defeat this enemy. McFall says, I was always afraid of difficult maps and heroes, but watching you gave me motivation to tackle them, and now see it's part of the fun. Every time I lose a difficult map, it actually makes me happy. It doesn't hurt my feelings. So yeah, hopefully it's more encouraging than anything, because it's just fun. You know, play however you want. A lot of people have said, well, you know, I feel bad because I like to use saves and I like to reload if a save doesn't go very well. If that's the way you want to play that way. Like it's really not bad. But I do enjoy this style of play because I have to be focused and I have to live with some of my mistakes. And so I think that the learning to live with my mistakes actually makes me a better, it gives me more enjoyment. It's not about being a better player. It gives me more enjoyment personally. And Rashed says, first 2 seasons of Mandalorians are definitely solid and worth a look. Okay, and then after that, did it fall off? After that, did it get a little bit worse? Sorry if that's the case. It is sad when good series go bad. Okay, folks, 9 turns of anti-magic. These pikemen have 18 attack, 18 defense, 18 attack, 15 defense, 17 attack, 14 defense. So we are even with these red dragons. Their stats, I mean, they've got an extra, let's see, 35 times 2. They got 6. They've got a lot of hit points. How many hit points? Like 9,000? It's about 9,000. There's like 8,000 hit points for the red dragons there, versus here, this is 5,000 hit points. So about 5,000 hit points worth of veteran pikemen. 9,000 hit points for the red dragons, give or take. Not to mention these other forces. I'm hoping that the rest of these guys can make up for this a little bit. 17 spell power, 6 knowledge. We'll see how this goes. I can't use spells to destroy these creatures, but I can use spells. Probably my most effective spell will be Resurrect True. Dragon Slayer, maybe. I just don't think I have any forces here. Maybe, heck, maybe the Ogre Lords would be effective with that. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. But first things first, I think that the champions just need to stay put. I think that we just wait. I'm anticipating that the Ogre Lords are gonna get berserked, unless they have a really nice other damaging spell. I don't know what to expect. Let's just skip and see what the enemy does. No spell is cast. We lose 5 of the veteran pikemen and we destroy 3 of the black dragons in retaliation. Where I come from, we call that a really good time. That's really, really good. I don't want the red dragons to do a double hex attack here. And I don't want to step to here where the Minotaur Kings are going to come get me. I want to stay right here, funny enough. It's just bad because if I was the red dragons, I could, I don't know, I guess that the Berserk here wouldn't actually do that much damage. But they're going to get the first swipe at us. Red dragons, 1,500 damage, 72 veteran pikemen perish. Ouch, that's a lot. That's a lot of damage. Let's, again, focus strictly on these red dragons. Everything else will come over time. Nothing else matters. We're down to 185 of the veteran pikemen. We're down to 178. Mummies are out of this fight at the moment. There's only 55 of them, but right now there's just not enough there. How many red dragons did we kill? 42 Ogre Lords only kills 2 of these red dragons, but we're gonna do it. Damage is good. That took out our whole stack of the Ogre Lords. Dang, I wish I had that good luck prior. That would have been really nice. Down to 31 of these dragons. The 8 champions are gonna be worth my time to take the retaliations off these dragons. They're just a good unit to get rid of this retaliation. The good luck, I don't really care. I really want the good luck somewhere else, but for now I'll take that. The mummy stack, it's fairly well decimated. We're only going to be killing 3 to 4 of these red dragons at the moment. You got to have the anti-magic initially, but the steel skin, the steel skin and stuff would be just so much better. Wow. Wow, look at that. Okay, so veteran pikemen, they attack the red dragons. We killed 4 red dragons, lovely. Red dragons retaliate, well, and then they take their turn. So the retaliation was already gone from the red dragons. Veteran pikemen do 800 damage, 4 dragons goes down. Dragons attack me, they do 700 damage worth of damage, 36 veteran pikemen go down. On my retaliation, my 96 veteran pikemen get good luck, and we do about 1,200 damage. So in my attack and then my retaliation, we did about 2k damage. That's about 9 dragons. So we're still not in a great position, but we just took out a bunch of dragons there. That felt really, really good. That felt really, really good. We're gonna do an extra 153 damage here. Nothing else matters. Gotta kill the dragons. Mummies, even the mummies are gonna focus on these dragons. If at the end of this we do have to run, which I think is most likely, at least then we're not gonna have to worry about dragons. At that point, then we can go get ghosts and we can try and build up our forces elsewhere. But for now, if we can just take out these dragons, that'll be the play. Ouch, 22 veteran pikemen go down. We're down to 61. We're not making great use of our spells. We just don't have a lot of spells that can be effective for us. I don't want to resurrect True here. Well, I can't. I guess I could start to resurrect True on the Ogre Lord. It's only gonna bring me back, yeah, like 8. Not that good. Can't lose the hero. Here's 2. Oh geez, dragons get good luck. We're down to 5 veteran pikemen. We gotta run. We gotta run. 5 veteran pikemen, 8 of the Ogre Lords, 3 of the mummies. Folks, it's time to quit the battlefield. It is time to escape. If we wanted to surrender, it's 1,200 gold. That's how few forces we have. And we're gonna go. Big losses, big losses. The big stack of the veteran pikemen, gone, devastating, horrible, very sad, but to be expected. And now we have taken 20 dragons off the top of the enemy. We can take a look here. It looks like there are dragons in these other towns. So that makes me think that there's probably going to be dragons here as well. So they are getting more forces over time. Will they jump into the boat? I'm sure that they shall. Let's rehire and just see where we can go from here. Oh, this is nice. We're going to pick up Arie the Warlock because he's got some nice artifacts. And then we will hire Maximus right back. And we will hire over here, I believe. Yeah, it's closest because it's closer to the ghosts. Okay. Decent says, I gotta sleep now. I will lure those final enemy armies you are facing over to me. My last words before I fall asleep. Fix Fox wife, get Fix Fox to the chopper. Thank you, Season. Have a lovely night. Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, we're gonna whittle the enemy forces down at this point. It would be nice to win outright. Not really in the cards for us at this current juncture. We will leave behind the Orc Chieftains because they're kind of nobodies. Let's go get our ghost stacks up. Starting right here. Oh, was it Week of the Peasant? Was it Month of the Peasant? Was it Week of the Peasant? Folks, it was like Month of the Peasant. There's peasants everywhere. Oh my goodness. So we lose our major fighting force to Kastore, and then immediately we have recourse because Barrow mounds and peasants are on the map in mass. This could not have gone any better. I've never seen something like this. That is insane. That is the craziest luck I've ever seen in my life. If we were gonna lose before, we're not gonna lose now. That is amazing. I've never seen that before. Oh my goodness, I love that. Rashed, fate smiles on us. Yes, it does. We are grateful for it. I don't think I've done anything to deserve a nice playthrough today. I don't think I've done anything to deserve it, but I'm grateful for it. I will definitely take it. God has given you great boons, multiple. And so this is just the start of something beautiful. Aw, should we let the peasants run? No. That was not what I meant to do. Whoops, my bad. You want to use the ghosts to purposefully defeat every single peasant one by one. We unfortunately just let the AI auto-combat that. My bad. Are there any other peasants in here? Looks like no. There's, I don't know, there's creatures over here. Let's go grab these. Yeah, peasants, elves, and such. All right, let's go exploring in just a moment or two. I don't care if Kastore gets into the boat. If Kastore wants to get into the boat, he can. But I don't think he will. I think that the AI is kind of just sitting and just sort of waiting for the end. That's funny. That's great. McFall says, RNG be like, bless this guy specifically. Yeah, seriously. Let's do some restart here. Again, just want to make sure this fight goes well. I would lose all my forces except for the ghosts. I don't have any spells to really help this go well. Are the elves gonna take... Are the elves all gonna focus the ghosts? They might. They do. 1, 2 ghosts, couple more. Alrighty, we'll skip here, skip there. 23, 20 ghosts go down. Lovely, good. Wolves are just sitting, just waiting. A weird way of stacking ghosts, but so far this will work. It's important to note you're not supposed to click so fast that you don't take the ghost's turn. Counterintuitive though it may be, that actually prevents you from stacking your ghosts into greater numbers. So you shouldn't do that. Okay. All right, but we're over 100 ghosts already. 116, lovely. And then I do want to go pick up some additional spell points before we do much else. Voicer says, streamer's luck for the umpteenth time. Could you imagine if we just like looked outside and it was gross today and we were like, I'm not gonna go stream today. We would have missed out on this exact moment. We would have all been very, very sad. Oh, and Windowella, this game is too spooky for me right now. Hey, it's Halloween, right? It's that time of the year where spooky's not too bad. So yeah, very, very spooky at this point. Patro says awesome. Yeah, this scenario is so interesting. Folks, this is, okay, so there's some scenarios that I try and point out that my strategy will be fairly consistent and it should work from playthrough to playthrough. This scenario, I don't think that there's a lot of not a lot you can do to replicate what we have seen here today. I truly believe that this is not a typical playthrough. We've gotten just insane luck again and again and again. So your playthroughs, I almost feel like I must say, not just could differ, they will differ. Just so we're clear. McFall says, from the creators of Pikemen Power Stack, coming soon, Ghost Power Stack. Oh, it's not coming soon, it's already here. Look at these wolves getting the good morale again. Twice now. Very good. Wish I had a haste so I could get the ghost down the battlefield a little bit quicker. But anyway, what's my ETA, dear Fix Fox wife? I'm guessing like in the next 25 minutes. I am going to try and upload this video as soon as it's done. So that way I don't have to come back to my library later. Yeah. So, ETA, yeah, let's just call it 30 minutes. How about? Why? What's going on? I've still got some battery on my phone if you want to text me. In case you just don't want the whole streaming world to know what's going on. Which I totally understand. I respect your privacy, my dear. I totally do. Okay, ghosts are up to 247. Nice. Skip, and dead. Okay, 250. Tell you what though, I don't think the 250 ghosts is really quite enough to defeat these enemies. Stats wise, ghosts are a little bit better than Pikemen. No, that's not true. They are much better than Pikemen. Pikemen, they have got the same amount of defense, but ghosts have much higher attack, and they do 4 to 6 damage instead of like 2 to 3. 3 to 4. So ghosts are going to be just vastly superior in every which way. I'd like to get just a little bit more stackage, and then I think we should be able to get out of the scenario in the next like 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes or so. Roman says that the children are asleep. Very good. Children are asleep, kitchen cleaned, and stream is still on. Hello again. I'm so glad you're back. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully, I gotta tell you, I hope that I get the opportunity to do as you have done and to clean my kitchen very soon. We have a little bit of a separation of responsibilities in my household. My wife takes care of the kids, and I try and make sure that she doesn't go bananas by keeping everything else as clean as I can. I don't do as good of a job as I would like. And this is not me saying that she doesn't clean, because she definitely does, right? That's a good way for me to get killed if I said that she didn't clean, right? Right? But hey, you know, it's really nice to just have a system where you are figuring out what your responsibilities are, and mine are definitely cleaning up the kitchen, doing the dishes, etc., etc. I understand if she doesn't like to touch weird, gross, wet food. I can definitely understand that. But I've got the higher constitution, so therefore I can do it. If it's got to be done, I will do it. 81 experience, folks. We are up to 426 ghosts. I think that this is a good enough number. I think that we're fine. We'll go to Gimbal. Yep, we're going to go to Gimbal. And we're going to get out of this scenario. Since it sounds like Fixfox wife is interested in seeing me, I shall skadoodle on through this magic well. It's going to take a little bit of time. I'm sure that this enemy is going to be like, didn't I already defeat you once? I'm going to be like, yeah, you tried. Now I'm back. I wonder, hold on, I've got an idea. So he can reach me from here if he wants to. I don't know if he'll want to though. I don't know if the enemy is going to want to fight me or not. It may be that I could literally just hit end turn 7 times. Yep. If I don't want to fight this guy, I don't have to. Sleep, and end turn. All right, did you really think I was just going to hit end turn 7 times and not do this final fight? About it. I'll admit, I thought about it. All right, folks, let's see this in action. So we are back with 444 ghosts. It took us a short amount of time to get to this point, but look at this. With the good luck, 19 red dragons are immediately wiped off the board. My goodness, not even fair. What an interesting map. As was already stated, what an interesting map. I love it. We're going to take out this one griffin there. I'm going to send the ghosts right into the next big power stack of Minotaur Kings. They are dead. They are dusted. They're gone. No issues there. Paralyze on the griffins. The enemy flees. They have nowhere to flee to. That is going to be the end of the scenario, folks. Red player has been vanquished. And that is going to be the end of the stream. So Roman, you came back just in time to catch the very tail end. Eliodart says, at that stage, I normally dismiss all the army, split the ghosts, and then only then do you do the quick battle. Oh, that does make sense. That does make sense. So very happy that yeah, we took a little bit of extra time babying those fights. I probably should have done that. Anyway, Rashad says, the rumors of my demise were greatly exaggerated. That's a perfect way of putting it. Greatly exaggerated. We have come back roaring through to a #1 victory. Window Ellis says, you're battling warlocks. I'm battling math. I wish I had some ghosts too. Yeah. Is that math of just the ghosts? 1 + 1 ghost equals 2 too many ghosts. And McFall says, there were some tough moments, but victories is yours in the end. Tell you what, I feel like I have more wild and crazy playthroughs in Heroes 2 than any other game. More so than Heroes 3, more so than Heroes... I mean, to this point, yeah, sure, even Olden Era. Heroes 2, there's just so many opportunities for great moments. And maybe that's why I love FHeroes2 so much. Maybe that's why I love it so much. Tough to say. But folks, that's going to be the end of the playthrough. Lovely. Wonderful. And on this medium-sized map, it took us 97 days. We could have done that 6 days sooner because, you know, at the end there, we just kept hitting end turn. This is going to give us a rating of a Hydra. I don't care. This was a fun playthrough. That was a really fun playthrough. Knowing that we started off in this blue position as the Knights, I'm actually really impressed with how this went. It looks like we had some bad RNG in the beginning. Obviously, we had some bad RNG. Oh, it's Maximus again. We had some bad RNG just with the enemies we had to defeat. Would have loved to have had to fight goblins here. That would have been great. And then being able to like maybe find some wood sooner. Looks like there is no wood. I mean, there's wood up here. That would have been good. But I'm guessing that even just every single little starting playthrough. Yeah. Oh, imagine how easy this would have been if we had rogues and goblins to start off with. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Your results will vary. This would have been pretty tough. But anyway, fun playthrough. Go check this one out for yourself. As we already mentioned, this one is Mire Straits. And I wonder what the green position kind of looks like when you start off as it actually is. Basic same thing, right by the water. We sort of saw what the enemy had to deal with, but it's more of the same. But it looks like there's no, I don't know, there's wood starting right here. That could be pretty valuable. Could be pretty valuable. All right, folks. Well, that's the end. That's the end. It was fun. I had a good time. Petro says, well played. Eliodar says, all right, guys, you're pretty drunk. Wife is in bed. You enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much. Thanks for the stream. And thank you to you and thank you to everybody else. There's so many wonderful people who are here. Every time I go through all the people that have spent the time with us here today, I always leave out some people and I feel bad that I do. So I'm not going to go through and say thank you to everybody, but thank you for the time. Thank you for the energy. These streams are great because you make it great. Thanks for hanging out with me. And thanks for enjoying some quality gaming here in 2025, almost going into 2026. I'm looking forward to doing this for a good long time. And it's always fun. It's always fun. So thanks for all you do. And whether you're catching this on Twitch now or YouTube later, do me a huge favor. Look after you, look after your friends, look after your family. Take very good care of yourself because if you don't, who will? My name is FixFox, and I'm out. Peace.